for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? It's that boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. New Minute Today USA Boxing. Shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast. This is episode 6 on my podcast, guys. I have over 400 videos now since I've been doing this this YouTube stuff for about I think this is my 11th month. Next week could be 11. No, as a matter of fact, yeah, next week could be 11 months we've been doing this. So this is season 6, guys. So shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Amazon Music. Shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Spotify. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. The old boy feeling kind of good today, man. I'm ready to talk some real serious boxing. I ain't bullshitting today. Not today. Not gonna play today. I'm not here to coddle. I ain't here to do none of that. You know what I mean? Today we gonna talk some real boxing. It's you know what, I'm not gonna lie, dog. Like it's some videos that I've been seeing some content creators been dropping. They've been on point. I mean, some of the content creators that I don't even agree with, they've been on point, bro. They've really been on point, man. And those brothers are really sharp. They some sharp guys. You know what I mean? They've been on point, man. They really have been on point. One video I saw, Trill Boxing. The brother hit the nail right on the head on one video I saw. Blue as well. You guys know how I feel about the race baiting and stuff like that, but for the most part, these other channels, they do the same shit, especially when they come on the Canelo side as well. I get it. I really get it. You know, I've done it for 25 years, so I already know. You see what I'm saying? I already know where you're coming from. But other than that, man, shout out to everyone who's watching this. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Yeah, man, we're going to get into this, man. The car ain't got no roof today, man. Car ain't got no roof. Not today. The car ain't got no roof today. We're going to spread the love. Everybody is going to get it. I'm going to speak my piece. I'm going to drop the number, and we're going to have everybody who want to talk, they can call in today. The rules is you're going to have to be respectful. No cursing, no vulgarity, no attacking women. When you call, none of that. Just be respectful. If you do any of that, you will get hung up on, period. And we're going to move on to the next call. You see what I'm saying? That's all I care about. You know, we don't care nothing about no fanboys, care nothing about no, if you're a fanboy, you subscribe, you can unsubscribe. I'm not begging for subscribers. I am a very good marketer. I know what I'm doing over here. Right? So it is what it is. But let's get into this, man. Let's give everybody a shout out. We're going to do the OJ Ju-Man style. And shout out to my brother Blood Boxing as well. Brother Blood Boxing dropped some stuff, man, today. Yesterday and today. And salute to my brother Shelton Moore.
Hey, okay.
Blood Boxing as well, man. That dude right there, man, is phenomenal. Like the stuff that I always miss his lives. Damn, I hate that. I always miss his lives, but just no narrative pushing guy. I like non-narrative pushing content creators. That's what I like. I'm saying for me, for my take, I don't go to watch, I don't watch nobody else's stuff. I don't watch no content creators pretty much no more. I watch 5 people. That's it. Everyone else, I kind of don't figure them out, what angle they are. 95% of them pushing narratives. 95% of them are on certain sides of the street. I already know that. If it's Canelo, they're on that side of the street. You already know. If it's other fighters, they're on that side of the street. Whether it's Spence or whoever, I already get that. I don't care nothing about sides of the street channels, to be honest with you. I care about boxing, growing the sport of boxing channels. And I feel like I got that in some of these guys. But anyway, let's get into this, man. Let's do this, man. OJ Ju-Man style, let's go. Shout out to Edwin Castillo.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to I'm probably finna run a couple of these trolls off the block today. A couple of these trolls might get ran off the block. Moderators, do as you wish. Do as you wish, moderators. If they trolling, spamming, if they spamming, attacking women, attacking children, they can say what they want to say about me. I don't give a damn. Do as you wish. I promise you. I'm not, I used to like a lot of time my moderators to block people and I unblock them. I'm not unblocking nobody else. If my moderators block you, they block your ass for a reason. Because I have a solid core and they don't, I think I have a solid core. They block you for a reason. I ain't blocking nobody. Is what it is, man. We gonna keep it moving. Shout out to Boston George.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Damian Wester.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Will.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bells.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Paul Evans.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Ava as well.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to John Doe. What up, Doe?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to who else we have in the building? Shout out to my brother Charlo.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to everybody in the UK with the AK.
Hey, okay.
And I said play on words. Just play on words. Roll with me for a little bit. Roll with me. Guess what? And if you read the title, if you should know me by now, if you've been following me for a while, if you read the title of my show and you think that you know what the show is going to be about based on the title, guess what? You do not know me very well. Looking at my title and saying that you know what the show is going to be about, it's like reading the headline of a book, the title of a book, and saying you know what's in the book based on the title, and you haven't even read the book. Might want to stick around. You might learn something today. Shout out to Opender.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to John McSmith once again. Shout out to Paul Evans. I'm seeing some of the same names. I need some new names. Shout out to Shifty Steve.
Hey, okay.
Hell of a name. Shout out to PBC Fanboy.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Hector Garcia.
Hey, okay.
Shout out, my main man Big Hank in the building. Shout out to who else we have? Looking at everybody in the chat right here, guys. Looking at everybody in the chat right here. Hold on, guys. Let me close some of this stuff. Close him. Close him. I have too many windows open over here, guys. Bear with me for a moment. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. I'm trying to pull the show up on YouTube right now. There it go. I'm trying to pull it up so I can interact with the chat. All right, so I have the chat open right now. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Shout out to Smile Back If You're Ugly.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Punch Perfect Boxing. What's going on, man? Y'all please subscribe to Punch Perfect Boxing over there, man, in the UK, man.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Tommy Ramirez.
Hey, okay.
Man, that brother do good content. Shout out to Robert Williams.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Steel Shelf.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Major Key Boxing.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to CC SSC.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Johnny Blaze.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Iggy G.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Jay Styles.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Matan 509. What's going on, fam?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Ghost.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Tommy Ramirez.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Diallo Huggy.
Hey, okay.
See what I'm saying? This dude right here say, come on, coach, please don't count for this Canelo move right here. That's what I'm saying, bro. Y'all look at the title, Diallo Huggy, man, and y'all automatically assume what the show gonna be about, bro. So I automatically know who I got here. I have the pro Canelo. I have the Canelo fanboys, not the fans, but I probably got some Canelo fans, but I got some Canelo fanboys who think that I am a champion for Canelo. I can promise you, I am not Mexican and I am not a champion of Canelo. If this is why you came over here, you're looking for someone to be a champion for Canelo, this is not the channel for you. If you came over here because you think I'm gonna be a champion for Errol Spence, this is not the channel for you. If you come over here, you think I'm gonna be a champion for Tyson Fury, this is not the channel for you. If you come over here, you think I'm gonna be a champion for Tank Davis or even Terrence Crawford, my favorite fighter, or any fighter in the sport of boxing, this is not the channel for you. This channel is only for people who love the sport of boxing more than they love an individual fighter. If this is where you're at, cool. If you're not there, I want to weed out the rest of those other guys. I want to weed them out. Go back over there the way you've been going at. We don't want you over here. You're not wanted. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Shout out to it's Diallo Huggy. Just hold on, Diallo. Just hold on. Y'all don't know what I'm gonna talk about. Y'all jumping out the window, don't even know what I'm talking about right now. God damn. Shout out to Adrian.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to, as a matter of fact, it's too many names, man. Southpaw Killer, man. Antonio Hernandez, Anthony Lopez, Easy Dimes, David Frazier. I Am the Reality. What's happening?
Okay.
Let's see. Shout out to my brother Retro Box. Oh, there go Retro. Retro, what's up, man?
Hey, okay.
702 Man Cave.
Hey, okay.
Carlos Peña.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to let's see. Shout out to Go. Shout out to the Evis. Shout out to Mencia.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Cam Lamb. Shout out to Zaid.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Graham Taylor. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Jess Blaze. Shout out to George H. Shout out to Thomas Cruz. Shout out to who else we have in the building? Shout out to Will, once again, my main man, Blood Boxing, man. Y'all please subscribe, man. Shout out to Adrian once again. Shout out to Martin Leal. Shout out to Cowboy Cat.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Tony Kelly. Tony Kelly, what's going on? I like that name, Tony Kelly.
Hey, okay.
Let's see. Not Until Sports TV, what's going on, fam?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Jay Smooth.
Hey, okay.
John, I think that's Jay Smooth, John McSmith once again, K. Causey, Mr. G,
Hey, okay.
Still Shelf,
Hey, okay.
Peter Von Arts.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to James Hickey.
Hey,
Shout out
okay.
to let's see what else we have in the building. Shout out to Filoso Hernandez.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to, let's see, who else we have, man? Uwapo, what's going on, fam?
Hey, okay.
Southpaw Killer, what's happening? Let's see, Bruce Goals. Shout out to the Queen, Karma Serene.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to, I want to make sure I get everybody before we get into this, because we're something called, the majority of the show is going to be phone calls. I can tell you that right now. Majority of the show is going to be phone calls. I'm going to show you some things, and we're going to keep it moving. Show you some things, and we're going to keep it moving, man. And once again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Shout out to everybody who's listening to this podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Amazon Music, as well as on Spotify. Shout out to Eliza Feliciano.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Leo. Leo, what's going on, fam?
Hey, okay.
Bruce Goes in the building. Old school Bruce.
Hey, okay.
Man, R.I.P. Young Dolph. Shout out to Jawan. I didn't know Young Dolph passed away, Jawan. Man, I need to check that out, man.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to PBC Fanboy, man. Young Dolph, one of my favorite rappers, man. One of them, you know what I mean? Shout out to Ashton Allman.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to David Frazier. Shout out to the two Kayo. Shout out to Loke. What up, Loke?
Hey, okay.
Shout out to I Don't Want a Channel.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Raphael Dawkins. Y'all, what's going on, man? Y'all subscribe to the old boy out there in the UK, man. Raphael. Oh, Ralphie.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Zaid. What's going on, fam? Shout out to Cool. What's it? Cool K Forever.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Listo. What's going on, fam?
Hey, okay.
For dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy!
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, salute, Coach. Canelo going to Africa. What? We don't know. We don't know where he's going at. Shout out to Chuck Supremacy.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to who else we have in the building? Shout out to, I think I got everybody, man. Anthony Evelyn.
Hey, okay.
I think I got everybody, man. I think I got, if I didn't get you, man, please forgive me. Dude, bro, a lot of people in the chat today. A lot of people in the chat. I expect this live to be off the chain today. Shout out to Loke, Jawan, Jay Styles,
Hey, okay.
King KO, what's going on, fam? Paco, Velasquez, what's going on, fam? Wendell Jackson, what's happening? And that's it. So now, David, what's going on, fam?
Hey, okay.
Now, let's get into this. Now, as we all know, guys, I've been seeing a lot of stuff chatter going on the YouTube streets. Yesterday, they had the WBC Convention, right? And at the WBC Convention, there's a lot of things that happened yesterday that we learned. We learned that Eddy Reynoso just petitioned to top rank WBC, not the top rank, but WBC President Mauricio Suleiman, saying that Canelo Alvarez wants to petition to fight. I forgot the brother's name, man. Ilunga Makabu. We're just gonna say Makabu. Ilunga Makabu. Ilunga Makabu. He's from the Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo, the country that was formerly known as Zaire. Zaire is the country that hosted the Rumble in the Jungle with Muhammad Ali and George Foreman. Yes, some historical context there. Oh boy, we're gonna have a good show today, boy. This show ain't gonna be what you think it's gonna be. This show is not going to be what you think it's going to be today. I can promise you that. Now, and we learned that Dillian Whyte, because of this ongoing lawsuit that he has, arbitration he has against the WBC, he would not be mandated to fight Tyson Fury. So a lot of Dillian Whyte fans are like, "Oh man, this is crazy, man! Look what they're doing to Dillian Whyte." Yeah, Yeah. I think they doing Dillian Whyte kind of dirty. But what do you expect? That's just my opinion on it. You don't have to agree on it. That's just my opinion on it. You don't have to agree. And Canelo is moving up the cruiserweight to fight a black man, a brother from Africa, from the Congo. You don't get no blacker than being from Africa. From the Congo, the country formerly known as Zaire. Their president at that time when Ali and Foreman fought was Mobutu, President Mobutu. He was a vicious, brutal dictator. But that's neither here nor there. That's the historical context of it. I have some more history for you as well. Now, as I said before, the title, you see, Canelo is ducking again. According to some of his critics, once the news came out that Canelo Alvarez would be moving up the cruiserweight to face the WBC champion, Ilunga Junior Makabu. Taking me some time. I'm gonna just call him Ilunga Makabu, right? Now, Ilunga Makabu, sorry about that, guys. He's 34 years old, 3 years older than Canelo. And he's from the Democratic, as I said before, Republic of Congo in Africa, formerly known as Zaire, right? He's held the WBC Cruiserweight title since January of 2020, almost 2 years, right? And he has a record of 28-2 with 25 knockouts. Now, I know what you're saying, Coach. No one never heard of this guy. You're right. No one has ever heard of him. I see a lot of Canelo fanboys and some, I ain't even gonna say the fans. Because I think, I would like to think that certain fighters who have fans, I would like to think that the fans are sensible. This is why I like to try to distinguish the fan from the fanboy. I like to separate the wheat from the tare. You see what I'm saying? Because I would like to think, in my naivety, that fans of certain fighters are sensible. The illogical or the nonsensible side come from fanboys. Fanboys are people who they like to worship their fighters. They feel like that when my fighter get a check, I get a percentage. They feel like there is some kind of benefit that they get when a fighter that steps into the ring that is highly successful or popular, they feel like that they benefit from this guy when he fights and they get some of the check and they're part of the family, the entourage. I don't get it. So I can't, and I used to be a fanboy, so I know where you're coming from, right? But some guys that say, well, no one never heard of this guy. Never heard of him. You know how I know? When nobody talking about him prior. So we're not gonna play these games today. Not today. But I'm not going where you think I'm going at with this. Hanging out with the old boy. Now, as of September 2021, what the brother name is, I keep forgetting his name. Makabu. We're just gonna say Ilunga. I'm gonna say Ilunga. I like Ilunga better. As of that time, Ilunga, I guess that's his name. We're gonna say Ilunga. Ilunga or Makabu. Junior Makabu. I don't even know. I never heard of the guy. Junior Makabu guy, as I said before, he held the belt since 2000. Since I wonder when that was. 2020, January 2020. I think he fought for the vacant belt at that time. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? Now he is ranked. Now, as it relates to as of September 2021, he is ranked as the world's second best active cruiserweight by BoxRec. A lot of you guys like to look at BoxRec as the Bible. Y'all like to look at the Ring magazine as the Bible. So guess what? Since y'all like to look at those things as the Bible, according to the Bible of boxing, which I know that's some bullshit. I know BoxRec bullshit, and I know that I'm the Ring magazine bullshit. I've been around a long time, and I understand how things can be manipulated through my studying throughout the history of boxing, and not only that, me studying Don King. So I know the backstory behind a lot of these organizations, a lot of these fans who don't know the backstory behind these organizations, how they can be manipulated. I know this very well, but that's neither here nor there. I'm not even here to talk about that. You see what I'm saying? But according to BoxRec and Ring Magazine and the Transitional Boxing Rankings, this guy is he's ranked as the second best cruiserweight in the world, according to those sources, right? You can go in there and look at them for yourself, right? A lot of fighters from the middleweight division of cruiserweight have been hoping and praying to land the Canelo Alvarez sweepstakes. Let's stop right there. A lot of fighters from the middleweight, between the middleweight division, hell, even the welterweight division. And they said, Errol Spence might move up to fight Canelo. So I would even say from the welterweight division all the way up to the cruiserweight division and everything in between have been hoping and praying to land the Canelo sweepstakes. This is where the problem lies. That's what this show is all about. This is where the problem lies. Right there. That's a hint. Now, the news was broken by the WBC Convention on Wednesday, yesterday in Mexico City. The organization approved Canelo Alvarez's request from Eddy Reynoso. Eddy Reynoso is a damn good manager for Canelo. He is helping Canelo get the bag. I cannot hate on Eddy Reynoso because he's a phenomenal trainer and he's an excellent manager. How I know the proof is in the pudding? He's able to make things happen for his fighter. Can't hate on that. I wish a lot of managers was able to do that. Can't hate on that. I respect, I listen, I can't knock the hustle, dog. I can't knock the hustle. You see what I'm saying? Now, to have Canelo Alvarez challenge Junior Makabu for the Cruiserweight Championship of the world. He has a WBC title, right? So Eddy Reynoso petitioned to what the dude named Mauricio Suleiman, pretty much, you might say Mauricio Suleiman, and he gave him permission to go ahead and try to fight this guy, put together a fight from our brother from Africa, from our brother from Africa, the Congo, right? Now that Canelo is making this move, the Cruiserweight, the question that I have is this. The question for me now is this. What will the other champions in the middleweight division and anything else in between, what will they do? Will the other champions fight each other? Or will they sit back and wait on Canelo? Because it's obvious that Canelo is not waiting on Jamal Charlo. It's obvious that Canelo's not waiting on David Benavidez. It's obvious that Canelo is not waiting on Beterbiev or Bivol or none of these guys. Canelo is not waiting on any of these guys. He's not waiting on Boo Andrade. He's not sitting around, oh, you know what, man, goddamn Eddie, oh, man, I'm just sitting around waiting, and hopefully, I can get that child. He's not sitting around waiting. He's moved on. And I think in order for us to grow the sport of boxing, we have to move the fuck on. Reynoso said that Canelo has never competed at Cruiserweight, so Reynoso needed to petition the WBC in order for that fight. Now that the fight has been approved by Mauricio Suleiman, negotiations can begin. If no deal has been struck, a purse bid will be ordered. Undisputed super middleweight champion of the world, moving up the Cruiserweight. I wonder if he's going to drop his belts. That is yet to be seen. As you can expect, the Canelo Alvarez critics and detractors are furious. This was predicted. But hey, when it comes to Canelo, it is what it is at this point. In other news, Dillian Whyte is being played like a $2 hole, in my opinion, by Mauricio Suleiman in the WBC. The WBC has refused to give Dillian Whyte his shot at the title in order to fight Tyson Fury. And Dillian Whyte fans are pissed. The WBC held the convention in Mexico City, as I said before, guys, yesterday to discuss all things boxing. This is why they had the convention. And the next big heavyweight scrap was a hot topic on the agenda. Whyte, who spent over 1,000 days as the mandatory challenger with Deontay Wilder, had the WBC belt. And he reclaimed that position after he avenged his KO loss to Alexander Povetkin. So Wilder waited damn near over 3 years to fight Tyson, Deontay Wilder. Almost 3 years, right? When Wilder had the belt. And Mauricio Suleiman did not allow him to fight for it. The WBC is a crooked organization, guys. I told you this. The WBC is a controlled organization. That's how this thing goes. If it fits your narrative, you love the WBC. Me, I'm not a fan of promotional companies, sanctioning bodies, and promoters. I let you fanboys have that shit. I let y'all have I'm down with the PBC. The hell with the PBC. I'm down with the WBC, Mauricio Suleiman. The hell with the WBC, Mauricio Suleiman. I'm down with Top Rank. The hell with Top Rank. I'm down with Matchroom. The hell with Matchroom. I let you fanboys have that shit. Yeah, I ain't. If you got kids, man, y'all don't let the kids listen to this broadcast today. We ain't fucking off today. I let y'all have that. Now, because Whyte is currently involved in an ongoing legal case or arbitration against the WBC, Mauricio Suleiman made a strategic move, and I feel he is teaching Dillian Whyte a lesson about how the game is really played. You don't sue the WBC and then think that Mauricio Suleiman is going to do you a favor, Dillian Whyte. I feel that the WBC is punishing Dillian Whyte even more. Again, the key word is I feel. I feel that the WBC is punishing Dillian Whyte even more, and Mauricio Suleiman have decided to let an independent arbitrator look at the mandatory position as it relates to Dillian Whyte. So boxing fans will have to wait some more time if they want to see Dillian Whyte fight for a title anytime soon. Now, I got two questions for you guys. Do you guys think that Canelo Alvarez is ducking Jamal Charlo, because that's what's being said, and David Benavidez? Or do you guys believe that Dillian Whyte is being treated unfairly by the WBC? If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Let's get into this. And I'm going to get to these super chats. Let's get to these super chats. Let's go ahead and do this, man. What a super chat said. Well, the super chat said, I seen one right here. Anyway, shout out to Paul CX.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that half for bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, Makabu is chinny, gasses badly, and small for the division. Often weighs at 193, 196. Great matchmaking by Eddy Reynoso. That's exactly what that is. This is a great matchmaking. This is a great matchmaking. That's what cherry picking is. You pick the right cherries, and this is what's going on. I ain't mad, though. I'm not mad. No one ever heard of this guy. That's what's going on. And guess what? From a business standpoint, you can't get upset. This is the same thing that Floyd Mayweather does with Tank Davis, right? This is what goes on. I'm not even tripping on that. If you believe Canelo is cherry picking, fine. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Because they have strategically picked this guy. I can tell you that right now. And that they have strategically picked this guy. But I say all that to say this. What is this show about? What the rest of the fighters are going to do? Shout out to Y2K
Hey, okay.
for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Benavidez doesn't want to wait on Canelo. He said he's trying to hunt Charlo down. Charlo seems like he doesn't want it. Benavidez wants to smoke. Wow. Anyways, let's get into this, man. Let's get into this. I'm finna get straight to the point, guys. We're not finna play. I'm not finna waste you guys' time today. Not finna waste you guys' time today. Let's get into this. Now, this is the issue that I have. I don't have an issue with anything that any of these guys do. I already know the game. I know what time it is, right? I know what time it is at this point. I've been watching boxing a long time. I'm finna drop the number in a minute. I've been watching boxing a long time. And why over the past few weeks, guys, I've been telling you guys about what the role of a manager is, what the role of a promoter is, what the role of a matchmaker is. Why have I been sharing certain things that I've been studying and learning in the book called The Life and Crimes of Don King, about how Don King was able to maneuver the WBC. At the time, it was Jose Suleiman, Mauricio Suleiman's father, who was running the organization. And how Don King had all of his fighters ranked, and how he was able to pay these sanctioning bodies off, and in order to position his fighters, all of his fighters to get in a certain position. So if I control 10 fighters and I can get 8 of those fighters in the top 10 with a certain sanctioning body, if you are a champion and you're not one of my fighters, you got to fight somebody, right? You're gonna have to fight somebody in the top 10. You got to come to me. Chicken, So this is a power move by Eddy Reynoso. Guess what? That's the game. It's been going on before Eddy Reynoso was born. When he's dead and gone, this shit's still gonna be going on. This is what it is. But here is the receipt right here, guys. Here is the receipt right here. So as you guys can see, Canelo Alvarez gets approval, gets WBC approval to fight Ilunga Junior Makabu for the Cruiserweight title. Canelo Alvarez could chase a title in a 5th weight class. At the WBC Convention on Wednesday in Mexico City, the organization approved the request of Canelo's trainer and manager, Eddy Reynoso. Eddy Reynoso getting Canelo the bag. He's getting Canelo the bag, boy. He's getting Canelo the bag, boy. From a business standpoint, I can't hate on it. From a business standpoint. It is what it is. Is it a cherry pick? Yes, hell it is. It's a cherry pick. I don't give a damn what a Canelo fanboy say. This is a cherry pick. And I'm gonna prove it. But guess what? But guess what though? It doesn't mean Canelo's gonna win this fight. I'm gonna show you where I'm going at with this. You're not gonna see this coming. Blood, I reached out to you, left a message on your answer machine, listen to it. You already know where I'm gonna go at with this. Shout out to Patty for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He say Patty says Canelo is using the WBC franchise belt to fight at cruiserweight while keeping his belts at 168. He can fight Benavidez, etc. afterwards. Yeah, I heard that. I did hear that as well. I hear he can fight him afterwards. I did hear that as well. So it's a possibility that we still may get that David Benavidez fight next year sometime. Next year, like in September or something like that. Shout out to Joe Smith for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Canelo saved boxing with this move. Now the top fighters at 175, 168, and 160 can't sit waiting for a payday. They need to fight each other. Exactly, Joe Smith. Exactly, Joe Smith. See, some people look at this as a, oh man, you know, goddamn, man. Oh man, you know, goddamn. Scott Cardona, he says this is not a cherry pick. See, I had you blocked before, Scott. I had you blocked, and I had Cesar Castro blocked, right? I unblock you for a reason. I'm very familiar with who you are, sir, and I'm very familiar with who Cesar Castro is. I unblock you for a reason. I know who you are. But I'm the one that unblock you. I didn't block you. My moderator's blocked you. I unblock you, though. You ain't got to agree with it. If you don't like it, get the fuck off the block. Remember that. Now, yeah, I unblock you for a reason. Anyways, it says Alvarez, ESPN #1 pound for pound. And moderators don't play today. If they spamming, if they being racial, if they spamming, they're being racist. You attack women and children, get their ass off the block. And I promise you, I would never unblock another avatar again that my moderators block. I can promise you that. I'm not here to make friends. I'm not here to kiss ass for subscribers. We don't do that over here. I'm a damn good marketer. I know what I'm doing. Take that shit back over there to the other spot. Anyways, it says Alvarez, ESPN #1 pound for pound boxer, became undisputed champion at 168 pounds earlier this month. So we already know this, right? We already know this. This is what's going on. I ain't got to reread this. Y'all can check this out right there. Y'all can check that out right there, right? I'm finna move through this shit real fast. Now, this is the narrative that's being pushed right now, right? This is the narrative that's being pushed by some of your favorite channels. By some of your favorite channels, we're not even going to listen to the videos. This is the narrative that's being pushed by some of your favorite channels, right? We got my main man for breaking. Canelo Alvarez faces Ilunga Makabui for the WBC Cruiserweight title in May, making history, question mark. The key thing right there is a question mark. I can already tell you what's going on right here. They're basically saying that Canelo is cherry picking. Now this guy right here says that this guy from Africa is going to sleep Canelo. This guy right here is saying that Charlo, I'm going against 154 paleteros. This other guy, some of these guys, this guy right here says the haters are worried about Canelo fighting, who Canelo's fighting, but they don't look at their own favorite fighters fighting bums in the same division.
But this bum is taking the easy matches, fighting other bums.
This is the problem that I have, guys. This is the problem that I have. Everybody sitting around waiting on Canelo. Canelo, I want to congratulate you, sir. Why do I want to congratulate Canelo? I'm going to tell you why I want to congratulate Canelo. Because what I'm seeing is there's an obsession with Canelo Alvarez. There's an obsession with these fanboys who love Canelo. They have an obsession with him. Hell, if Canelo wanted to run up in some of these fanboys, they'll probably give it up to him, right? There's an obsession with Canelo detractors and even his critics and haters. They obsess over this guy. There's an obsession with, shout out to the Queen Bless 365 for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy. Boy.
R.I.P. to Young Dolph. I didn't know Young Dolph got smoked, man. I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm gonna go check that out, man. R.I.P. to Young Dolph, man. God damn. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365. But back to what I was saying, this obsession, this Canelo obsession. Everybody want to fight Canelo. People in the heavyweight division want to fight Canelo. People at Cruiserweight want to fight Canelo. People at light heavyweight want to fight Canelo. People at super middleweight, which he cleaned that out, want to fight Canelo. People at middleweight want to fight Canelo. People at junior middleweight want to fight Canelo. People at welterweight want to fight Canelo. People at lightweight want to fight Canelo. People at featherweight want to fight Canelo. People at bantamweight want to fight Canelo. People at flyweight want to fight Canelo. Everybody sitting around want to fight goddamn Canelo instead of fighting each other. Why are you giving this one guy so much power in the sport of boxing? Canelo is the top guy in the sport of boxing. Yes, he is. Canelo is a cash cow in the sport of boxing. Yes, he is. But why in the hell you have a plethora of fighters in the sport of boxing? Why not be the next Canelo Alvarez? This the shit that's making me mad. This the shit that's pissing me off. Right? He cherry picked. Okay, he picked the cherry. That's what he did. Floyd Mayweather do the same thing. Canelo cherry picked this dude because I'm gonna prove it to you. Finna show you why. There's some other guys in the cruiserweight division that they could have fought. That's way more tougher than this guy on paper. He's way more tougher than this guy on paper. But guess what? They didn't pick him. They strategically picked that guy. But I'm gonna tell you something though. I'm gonna tell you something. Now, I know I offended some fanboys, Canelo fanboys right now, and that's fine. That's fine. I know I offended you. But guess what? I'm going to tell you something, though. I remember there was a fighter a long time ago. Long time ago. Long time ago. And I'm going to get to this in a minute. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go here before I miss my point. I'm going to go here before I miss my point. Let's go here before I miss my point. Shout out to Blood Retro Boxing and Documentaries. There was a fighter right here, right, from Africa. Finna give you guys some education. Bruce Gold, shout out to Bruce Gold as well. There was a fighter from Africa by the name of the great Azuma Nelson. Azuma Nelson, now, I'm not saying that Canelo is ducking anybody. I'm saying this fight he picked is a cherry pick. But I'm going to explain further. Now, the great Azuma Nelson. Let's go here, guys. This shit ain't going to be what you think it's going to be. Shout out to Paul CX.
Hey, okay.
Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy. Boy.
He said he put himself in a position to pick cherries. People need to start crying about it. Get yourself in the same position by fighting real guys. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Eli Sanchez for dropping that half for bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy. Boy.
He said these fighters want to piggyback off of Canelo history and Canelo's bag. If Benavidez is smart, he'll move up to 175 and try to wipe out the division and make his own history. This is what I'm talking about, Eli Sanchez. Why in the hell are we sitting back obsessing over Canelo Alvarez? He is the cash cow in the sport of boxing. He's the face of boxing. Guess what? Ain't nobody, what pissed me off is all these other fighters, you on your knees like dogs, begging, oh, please, Canelo. Oh, please fight me. Please pick me. I wanna fight you. And they probably can beat Canelo. Who knows? Maybe Charlo can beat Canelo. Maybe David Benavidez can beat Canelo. Maybe Beterbiev can beat Canelo. Maybe Bivol can beat Canelo. Maybe all of these guys can beat him. But the problem I have is sitting around on your knees like some damn dogs, begging, oh, I'm trying to, please pick me, Canelo. Man, he's only one goddamn person. You got all these champions in the other goddamn divisions. Why don't you be the Canelo of your division? This is what I'm talking about. I ain't finna be sitting around dick riding no goddamn Canelo waiting on, oh, wait, I hope he pick me. I hope he pick me. I'm gonna keep talking about him. I'm gonna keep talking about him in the media. I hope he pick me. I hope he pick me. When you got other champions in your goddamn division, why don't you become your own Canelo Alvarez in your division? Guess what? Your stock go up. When your stock go up, guess what? Hey, man, hey, listen, bro, I got all the belts over here, boy. I'm doing my thing over here, boy. And even though I may not land that Canelo bag, what I'm going to do is I'm fixing to make history of my goddamn self. Shout out to Jose Rendon
Hey,
for
okay.
dropping that half for bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, damn, coach, killing it today. See, I told you guys, I'm not going where you think I'm going to go at today. Is this a cherry pick? Yes, it is. Does it mean he's ducking the other guys? No, not really. No, not really. But it is a cherry pick. But I'm going to show you something. Where am I going at with this? Now, some of you new booties to the game, y'all don't know who this guy is. This is the great Azuma Nelson. Finna show you something. Finna give you guys some education. Azuma Nelson. They called him the professor. Azuma Nelson was one of the baddest featherweights that ever boxed. And he came from South Africa. No, he came from Ghana. Sorry about that. Azuma Nelson came from the continent of Africa. He came from Ghana. He was a bad boy. This guy right here. But what does this have to do with Canelo picking this dude from the Republic of Congo? Makabu, what does it have to do with that? Because guess what? This guy right here, the great Salvador Sanchez from Mexico, this is one of the baddest mofos that ever put on a pair of gloves. The great Salvador Sanchez. The great Salvador Sanchez, one of the baddest mofos that ever put on a pair of gloves from Mexico. One of my favorite fighters. Salvador Sanchez. Guess who another one of my favorite fighters is? Azuma Nelson. Right here, guys, when Azuma Nelson was 13-0. Guess what? Somebody picked this cherry. They looked at Azuma Nelson as a cherry pick from South Africa, from Ghana. Yeah, y'all get that, this dude named Sazo, get his ass out of here, moderators. Get Sazo out of here. He's spamming the chat. Get his ass off the block. Take that shit to the other channels. Y'all get his ass off the block. Anyways, he was 13-0. At the time, Salvador Sanchez was shit. Let's see what Salvador Sanchez's record was when he fought Azuma Nelson. When he fought Azuma Nelson, let's see what Salvador Sanchez's record was. Let's see. Salvador Sanchez's record when he fought Azuma Nelson. Right here. When Salvador Sanchez fought Azuma Nelson, Salvador Sanchez, here you go. He say, shout out to the Southpaw Killer.
Hey, okay.
Dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He say, Coach, this was the Pac-Man. He say, this was the Pac-Man problem. I was glad to see him go because fighters was waiting on holding up the division. Errol and Bud did it too. Yeah, and this is the thing, right? A lot of these guys don't know, Zuma Nelson from Ghana. A lot of these guys don't know that when Terrence Crawford signed with Top Rank, re-signed in Top Rank with 17-18, when he moved up to the welterweight division, he was promised 2 fights. Manny Pacquiao, Errol Spence. And this is why he's suing him right now. So that guy Cesar Castro, who's the troll who be coming over here, he wanted to bet me $100. I wanted to bet him $500. Talking about I bet Crawford re-signed. He don't know what the hell he's talking about. I know for a fact Crawford is leaving. But he ain't gonna bet, so I ain't worried about him. We done. Yeah, but this is the problem. But anyways, let's keep going though, right? Salvador Sanchez was 44-1-1 at the time when he fought. No, he was 43-1-1 at the time when he fought Azuma Nelson. I think 40 or 44. But this is his 44th win right here. So he was 43 at the time. Azuma Nelson, as you can see right here, guys, what you see right here, he had 13 wins. So you say, well, Coach, what a dude with 44 wins? Well, he had 40. What a dude with 46 fights, 44-1-1, doing fighting a guy that's 13-0. Oh, that's easy. This was a cherry pick. Salvador Sanchez, his handlers, they cherry picked Azuma Nelson. Why? Because Salvador Sanchez was supposed to fight another fighter, but the other fighter he was supposed to fight, it didn't materialize, and Azuma Nelson took this fight on a 3-week notice. I think it was 2 or 3 week notice. Azuma Nelson was a Don King fighter. He took this fight on 3 weeks notice, Azuma Nelson. Same thing that's going on with Isaac Pitbull Cruz and Tank Davis. He took this fight on short notice. Azuma Nelson. Didn't nobody know, Salvador Sanchez, he just going to go ahead and knock this dude out. Guess what? He got knocked out he got stopped in the 15th round. Azuma Nelson took a guy with 13 fights, took Salvador Sanchez, who was 44-1-1, took him to 15 rounds. They fought 15 rounds back then. They fought 15 rounds back then. A guy with 13 fights took, and he was supposed to be in a cherry pick at that time. Let's get this straight. Salvador Sanchez handlers, they had a fighter who they supposed to fight, he backed out of something. So I forgot exactly what happened, right? But the fight didn't materialize. Azuma Nelson took that fight on a 3-week notice. Came from Ghana, from Africa, the motherland. Fought the great Salvador Sanchez. Everybody was shocked, like, God damn. And after he got knocked down twice in that fight, too. Not Salvador Sanchez, but I think Azuma Nelson got knocked down a couple times in that fight. He got stopped in the 15th round. In the 15th round. So, for you guys who are saying, oh man, Canelo picked this dude, we don't even know who this dude is. Just because you don't know who he is does not mean that this guy's not a good fighter. Yeah, he got knocked out by Tony Bellew and stuff like that. He got knocked out by Tony Bellew, but just because you do not know who he is does not mean that he's not a good fighter. And just because you don't know who he is does not mean that Canelo's going to automatically win this fight. Sometimes when you pick those cherries, that shit backfire. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Sometimes that shit backfired, because it almost backfired when Azuma Nelson, when Salvador Sanchez, who had 44 wins, fought a guy who had 13 wins. It happens in the sport of boxing, right? Now, for all you, and let me tell you some how the politics of the boxing goes. Now, the WBC does what they want to do, right? They do what they want to do. We know this. The WBC, they have rules for that say one thing, but then they'll turn around and do something else. The way sanctioning bodies work, guys, sanctioning bodies, they pretty much, promoters can control sanctioning bodies. Pretty much how Don King did. He controlled all of the heavyweights in the heavyweight division. So if he had a heavyweight that was a champion, and he wasn't a Don King fighter, that heavyweight had to fight one of Don King fighters, because most of his top 10, the top 10 heavyweights were under contract with Don King. So Eddy Reynoso is just playing the same game that was here before he was even born. This is how it goes, baby. Don't hate the player, hate the game. This is how it goes. Canelo is moving up the cruiserweight to fight a cherry, and everybody's going crazy because, oh man, he picking the weakest guy. Guess what? On paper, Makabu is the weakest cruiserweight. I give you that. On paper, Makabu is the weakest cruiserweight. Guess what? Don't mean, goddammit, that he gonna lose. It doesn't mean that he's gonna lose. Don't hate the player, hate the game, man. I've been telling you guys about these sanctioning bodies. I've been telling you guys how matchmaking works. I've been telling you guys the role of a manager. I've been telling you guys the role of a promoter. I've been telling you guys this. Floyd Mayweather told you, his team is going to handle that. We got a plethora of fighters that we can fight over here with Floyd Mayweather Promotion, the PBC. We're all one big happy family. I don't believe in making another promoter rich. We're going to continue to fight all our in-house fights. Or we control the WBC, so I have so much pull. Canelo Alvarez is the most powerful boxer in boxing right now. Period. Anthony Joshua's a bad boy, but them sanctioning bodies, they make Anthony Joshua, you're gonna have to fight this guy, that guy. Canelo pretty much, he's on the chessboard right now. He's the queen on the chessboard. Now, Canelo Alvarez, I applaud you, sir. Why do I applaud you? Because now that you don't move up the cruiserweight to fight this guy, guess what? I don't want to hear no shit from the super lightweight division. The lightweight division, super lightweight division. I don't want to, super lightweight division, yeah. But I don't want to hear nothing from the middleweight division. I don't want to hear nothing from the welterweight division. I don't want to hear nothing from the light heavyweight division. Guess what? Y'all got to fight each other. Stop sitting around begging, oh, please, Canelo, please pick me. I'm going to be the one to beat you. And all you other guys like the Teddy Atlases and stuff, I get it. Canelo is, he's not fighting the toughest guys out there. He's strategically moving pieces on the chessboard. That is true. He is strategically moving the pieces on the chessboard. But guess what? If that's what he's doing, why are you sitting around on your ass complaining about it instead of fighting each other? If I'm Jamal Charlo, I'm not sitting around waiting on no goddamn Canelo. Canelo doing him. Canelo don't give a damn. He don't give a fuck about what Coach Malachi Williams say. He don't care nothing about what New Media Today say. He don't care nothing about what the LDBC says. He doesn't care anything about what the Hispanic stations channels are saying. He don't give a damn about none of us. Canelo is doing what he has to do for himself. The man got a net worth of $140 million plus. He has a shitload of money. Canelo Alvarez does. He don't give a damn about what some niggas or some Chicanos on YouTube saying. You think he's sitting back worried about what the hell me and you saying on this show? Hell no. You think he give a damn about these dudes coming in the chat with their Mexican flags talking about Viva Mexico? You think he give a damn about that? Hell no. Canelo is doing what he got to do. He's making business moves. Jamal Charlo, I advise you to do the same, sir. David Benavidez, I advise you to do the same, sir. Jamel Charlo, I advise you to do the same, sir. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, you guys are already doing that. Beterbiev, Bivol, I advise you to do the same, sir. Boo Boo Andrade, I advise you to do the same, sir. Stop being on one-man jock. I'm glad he went to Cruiserweight. Now, you other dudes gonna have to piss and get off the pot. That's what you're gonna have to do. The payday ain't there for you. You ain't gonna get the payday. So since you ain't gonna get the payday, you're gonna have to get it from the muscle. What do I mean by getting it from the muscle? Let's move on. This guy right here, my favorite middleweight of all time, the marvelous Marvin Hagler. The marvelous Marvin Hagler. Where am I going at with this, coach? Coach, where you going at with this today? 67 fights, 62 wins, 52 knockouts. He had 3 losses and 2 draws. Where am I going at with this? I'm finna school these whippersnappers today. You young whippersnappers out there, you finna go to school today. My man. And I was a fanboy of this guy. Still is to this day, to be honest with you. Still is to this day. Right, my man. Marvelous Marvin Hagler. He was not lined up with Don King in the 70s. He was not lined up with these power brokers in the 70s, right? So guess what? Because he wasn't lined up with these guys, guess what happened? It took him 50 fights. Hold on, let me see. Want to make sure. No, sorry about that. Almost. Marvin Hagler had a draw right here, guys. He had a draw right there. He had a couple of losses. So, you know, this guy's one of the greatest fighters of all time. By the time he had his 30th fight, he had 1 draw and 2 losses already. And in the day's time, they'll say, man, you know, this fight is over with. He got losses already. Then Marvin Hagler time, guess what? It took him he was on his 50th fight, guys. 49th fight. He was on his 40. It took him 49 fights before he got a shot at the title. As you can see, he fought for the WBA, WBC, the WBC, Jose Sulaiman, Mauricio Sulaiman's daddy, and the Ring Magazine middleweight titles. Because Marvelous Marvin Hagler, Marvelous Marvin Hagler wasn't sitting around waiting on this one guy. Oh, I'm trying to fight this one guy so I can become the champion. Oh, I'm just going to sit on my hands and I'm going to just pray and beg for this guy to fight me. Marvin Hagler, guess what Marvin Hagler said? He said, you know what? Man, damn all that. I ain't finna be chasing no goddamn fighter. What I'm going to do, I'm going to fight everybody they put in front of me. I'm going to beat their ass. I'm going to knock their ass out. I'm going to beat everybody they put in front of me. And today ain't going to have no choice but to fight me. That's what Marvelous Marvin Hagler did. That's what Marvelous Marvin Hagler did. Marvelous Marvin Hagler did not sit around and wait on one guy. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, look how many fights he had. His 50th professional fight was the first time he fought for a major title. Look at this. His 50th professional fight was the first time he fought for a major title. Guess what? He fought the brother from Mexico too, Vito. He fought Vito from Mexico. He was the WBA, WBC, and Ring Magazine middleweight title. And guess what? Marvelous Marvin Hagler beat the shit out of this dude. He beat him. Guess what? They robbed him. He lost to a split decision. And after this fight, Marvelous Marvin Hagler said what? He said, "I would never let a fight go to the scorecards again." Marvelous Hagler knew if he wanted to win from this point forward, dealing with the crooked-ass WBC, dealing with the crooked-ass Don King promotions, and these other promotional companies out there, he said, from this point forward, I'm going to stop every mother who step in the ring with me. And that's what Marvelous Hagler did. It took him 50 fights in order to fight for a major championship. He didn't sit around Oh, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that. Hey, sorry about that. I made a mistake. Vito was from Italy. I said Mexico. Sorry about that. No, sorry about that. I'm running my mouth, guys. Sorry about that. Vito was from Italy. I said Mexico. He was from Italy. My mistake. But what happened was Marvin Hagler, he said, you know what? I ain't sitting around waiting for no goddamn title shot. I'm finna fight every goddamn body I can fight. And he did that. Marvin Hagler fought every goddamn body he can fight. And then guess what? He said, I'm not going to sit back and let it go to the scorecards again. After that, he went to stopping them. He fought him again. He beat him. He made him retire. He made him quit on it. He fought Vito again. He made him quit on the stool. On Marvin Hagler, on his 51st, what is 54? His 50s, 52, 53, his 53rd professional fight. On his 53rd professional fight, guess what? He went to England. They thought they was going to rob Hagler in England. This guy, Alan Minter, had the WBA, WBC, and Ring Magazine titles. This guy, Alan Minter, had the belts. And they said, well, Marvin Hagler going to come over here to the UK and we going to rob him. Guess what? Marvin Hagler had other plans. He said, no, y'all ain't going to get a chance to rob me because I'm going to stop this dude. And this is how he became champion. Marvin Hagler did not sit around and wait on the Canelo Alvarez. He did not sit around and wait on the Floyd Mayweather or the equivalent of that at the time. Marvin Hagler charted his own way. Shout out to Bad Girl TKO.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
She said it's Terence Crawford and Porter fight week, but we're talking about the pound for pound king instead. Alvarez is the face of boxing. That's facts. That's facts. Bad Girl TKO. You are right. You're right about that. This is fight week, and of course, I talked about Crawford and Porter. I think I talked about them yesterday and 2 days ago, Bad Girl. But I'm going to talk about them again tomorrow and talk about them Friday. Bad Girl TKO, you are very smart, sis. You are so right, Queen. Listen, Crawford and Porter is fighting on Saturday, but we talking about Canelo. Everybody's obsessing about Canelo because Canelo is the face of boxing, period. And he is the pound for pound king. This is why. You're right about that. Because if he wasn't, they wouldn't be talking about it. If he wasn't, we wouldn't be talking about it. But my point is this here. Marvin Hagler didn't sit around waiting on no Canelo equivalent. He didn't sit around doing that. Marvin Hagler didn't do that. Guess what? Look how many fights he had. He said, I'm going to fight everybody. Jamal Charlo, you can learn a lot from Marvelous Marvin Hagler. David Benavidez, you can learn a lot from Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Boo Boo Andrade, you can learn a lot from Marvelous Marvin Hagler. But Turviev, Bivol, all you other guys who's sitting in line waiting on the Canelo paycheck program or the Canelo sweepstakes program, guess what? You can learn a lot from Marvelous Marvin Hagler. You can learn a lot from that dude right there. My God. So, if it was up to me, I would tell all of these guys, listen, dog, y'all obsessing about this one guy. Why don't you chart your own way like Marvin Hagler did and become the best in your division and fight everybody? And then you're going to make them, if you're trying to land that Canelo sweepstakes, if that's your aim in life, understandably so. But you got to fight, dog. You got to fight. This man is the face of boxing. He can do whatever the hell he want to do. And it don't matter what the hell I say, you say, or any other YouTube channel says, ain't nothing going to change that. Mauricio Suleiman don't give a damn about any of us. They're going to do what's in the best interest of them from a business standpoint. This is how the game is played. This is how the game is played. Period. This ain't about no fanboy shit over here. I'm laying it out how it is. And it's up to you to accept it. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's on you. I don't care nothing about that. I don't care nothing about that. I'm laying it out for you. Marvelous Marvin Hagler, my guy, he didn't sit around and wait on no goddamn body. And guess what? And look what he did. Remember, I told you. He said after he got the draw right here, he said against Vito, he said, I would never let it go to the judge's hands again. After that, he was KO, TKO, unanimous decision. I'm surprised he got that, but they had to give it to him. TKO, he went to another man's country. TKO, he made this dude retire, quit on the stool, Vito. TKO, 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 KO, unanimous decision. He beat Roberto Duran, dominated him, 15 rounds. TKO, 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 KO, and he lost to he beat KO John Mugabe. That was a classic. And he lost to Sugar Ray Leonard in a split decision in Las Vegas. That's what Marvin Hagler did. That's what Marvin Hagler did. Marvin Hagler did that. So when I speak from that. I'm cut from that cloth. I'm cut from that Marvin Hagler cloth. I'm cut from that Sugar Ray Leonard cloth. I don't understand this shit, this fanboy shit going on. I can't relate to it. I can't relate to it. I ain't capping for no goddamn fighters. I'm not capping for no goddamn YouTube channels. I can care nothing about your channel, and I care nothing about these fighters. I care about the sport of boxing. That's what I care about. I care nothing about your narratives. I care about the sport of boxing. I don't do no dick riding over here, man. I can promise you that. We don't do no D riding over here. Not over here. I'm on my own island over here. I stand on my own island. This is what I'm used to. Jamal Charlo, my brother, please take the marvelous Marvin Hagler route. David Benavidez, my brother, please take the marvelous Marvin Hagler route. Boo Boo Andrade, my brother, please take the marvelous Marvin Hagler route. Better Beef, Bivol, all of you other guys who want to get into the Canelo Alvarez sweepstakes, please take the marvelous Marvin Hagler route. And I'm gonna tell you something. Just because Canelo picked Makabu from the Republic of Congo, which is formerly known as Zaire. I like to call it Zaire. Because it used to be called Zaire, right? Guess what? Doesn't mean he's going to win that fight. Now, I want to move on from that. So, because we see what's going on here, right? We see what's going on here. We see on this channel, so we see what's going on. We see that all of the other guys, they making a fuss about this. It's just like the sister said. We have everybody, they making a fuss about this. We got Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter fixing the fight, but yeah, we talking about this. So now, this is proof that Canelo is the face of boxing. Ain't nothing you can do about this. Here go another one. Blue, they talking about this, Floyd Mayweather rips Canelo for avoiding David Benavidez fight. This is the narrative that's going on. Let's keep going. Let's look at the other narrative. So Blue's talking about that. Fanon is talking about that, right? This is another narrative right here. This is Blue again. They're talking about Canelo Alvarez to vacate his titles and fight yada yada at Cruiserweight. I don't know if he's going to vacate it, but these are the headlines. I'm not even going to listen to the video. This is, Dante's Race Bait Nation. Canelo Alvarez announces his next opponent. Let's hear what Dante got to say. Because I know you guys love Dante Boxing Nation, right? I know you love him. I know you love him. Let's see what he got to say. I know you love him.
You gotta get ready for benefit. He's gonna fight those two brothers, then he fight benefit.
Dante's Boxing Nation was.
Let's listen to him.
Unbelievable news. Just when you thought you had Canelo Alvarez completely cornered to where he would be forced to fight against a tough opponent, all the way from Charlo to his mandatory David Benavidez to either Bivol or Better Biev at 175, Canelo Alvarez finds a way to build a tunnel and sneak out of the house, El Chapo style, just to find another Rocky Fielding at a higher weight class.
Let's stop right there. We ain't got to hear no more. So we automatically know what Dante coming at, right? This is all of them right here. Now here he goes right here. Here goes another one. Here goes your favorite. Here goes your other favorite YouTube channel. Here goes your brother Boxing Ego. I do not own the rights to this material. This, you know what I mean? This is for educational purposes only. Let's see what your other favorite channel. I know you Canelo Alvarez fans. I know you very well. I know you love Boxing Ego, and I know you love the LDBC, and I know you love Dante's Race Baiting Nation. Let's hear what the brother right here got to say.
Well, Canelo does exactly what I predicted. Payday. You want payday. I know that he is not fighting Jamal Charlo or David Benavidez next, instead moving up to Cruiserweight. Stay tuned to this video, and we gonna talk about it.
Here you go. We ain't got to watch no more of this. So this is the narrative that's being painted about Canelo. Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter is fighting Saturday. Everybody's talking about Canelo. Why? Because he's the face of boxing. This is the problem. Now, to me, that's the problem. Why in the hell is everybody obsessing about this one guy? You get what I'm saying? Like, dude, I'm happy that Canelo went to Cruiserweight. Take your ass to Cruiserweight, Canelo, because guess what? It's going to force these other dudes to do something. You're going to shit and get off the pot. Are you going to, is Jamal Charlo going to say, well, you know what? I ain't going to fight none next year until Canelo, is to see if Canelo going to come back down to I'm gonna wait and see if Canelo gonna come back down, and then I'm gonna see can I get that fight with him. Is that what you're gonna do? Is that what you're gonna do, Jamal Charlo, sir? David Benavidez, what about you? I know you're trying to fight Jamal Charlo. You're trying to get him to come up. I don't think he wants to come up.
I'm sorry?
160 is my weight division. I want to unify. I want to get Golovkin in the ring. I want to bring him to Houston. You know what I'm saying? I want to get Canelo out here to Houston. If they really to come down to 160, this is my weight division.
Yeah, man, that's Jamal Charlo. That's your boy from Houston, Texas there. That's your boy from Houston, Texas there, right? That's Jamal Charlo. That's your guy. Oh, Jamal. Let's see that one more again.
I'm sorry?
160 is my weight division. I want to unify. I want to get Golovkin in the ring. I want to bring him to Houston. You know what I'm saying? I want to get Canelo out here to Houston. If they really to come down to 160, this is my weight division.
So guess what, guys? Guess what? Sorry about that. The phone ringing. I didn't know the phone was ringing. I didn't know the phone was ringing. So guess what, guys? Yo, we ain't taking calls right now. I'm going to get to the call. Guess what? Now, you heard Jamal Charlo say 160 is his weight division, right? Ain't that's what you heard him say? Well, if it's your goddamn weight division, act like it's your weight division. Let's see that one more again.
I'm sorry?
160 is my weight division. I want to unify. I want to get Golovkin in the ring. I want to bring him to Houston. You know what I'm saying? I want to get Canelo out here to Houston. If they really to come down to 160, this is my weight division.
If you really mean that, Jamal Charlo, why in the hell you chasing Canelo? Let's hear something else our brother Jamal Charlo had to say. Shout out to Jamal Charlo.
I mean, if Benavidez can make 160, we can do it. If we can kind of catch weight in between 160 and 168. Benavidez is a 168 pounder that hasn't made the weight. He has no title. He has nothing to offer me. So that's why people keep mentioning Canelo and Golovkin, the higher stakes. I will fight Benavidez. All right, he's no problem to me. They talk a lot, strong. I'm here, I'm that. But it's different when you get in there. You got to figure something out. Man, I don't listen to it. Hey, fans, y'all keep it locked. We got bigger things in store.
So, again, my thing is this here. You're right about that, Jamal Charlo. 160 is your weight division. Guess what? You got 3 other champions in the weight division. Y'all stop chasing Canelo. The dude ain't fighting y'all. He's not fighting you. I think that's obvious at this point. Listen, it reminds me, shout out to John Doe.
The stickiest of the icky. You want to smoke with the old boy Rick James?
Shout out to John Doe.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that $2, bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said super chat for the LDBC and the Canelo haters. Bam. Listen, check this out. All I'm saying is this here. These guys, Canelo Alvarez has done you guys a favor. He cherry-picked a Makabu in the Cruiserweight division. Eddy Reynoso is a good matchmaker. Matchmaking, I broke down what matchmaking is. You have to find the perfect opponent in order to, that you think, hey, you know what, man, it's going to be a tough fight, but my fighter should be able to pull it off. This is what goes on. Floyd Mayweather is doing the same thing with Tank Davis. This is what goes on in the sport of boxing. I've been breaking that down to you guys, right? Does that mean he's ducking these other guys? I'll let you make your own decision on that. But you heard this, though. My brother Jamal Charlo, and I'm not hating on Jamal Charlo. This what you said out of your own mouth, my brother.
Yeah.
You said 160 is your weight division. You said that you'll fight David Benavidez, but he got to come down at a catch weight.
If Benavidez can make 160, we can do it. If we can kind of catch weight in between 160 and 168. Benavidez is a 168 pounder that hasn't made the weight.
Okay, so David Benavidez, if he hasn't made the weight at 168, what makes you think he's going to be able to come down to 160? He's not. Now, in defense of Jamal Charlo, if he move up to 168 to fight David Benavidez, guess what? David Benavidez doesn't have a belt. So from his standpoint, Jamal Charlo is saying that why would I move up to 168 to fight David Benavidez when I can't gain a title? I'd rather fight Canelo Alvarez where if I'm going to drop my belt at middleweight, at least I have everything to gain and nothing to lose. So I do get that argument of it as it relates to Jamal Charlo. I get that. But guess what? Canelo has done boxing a favor. While everybody in boxing sitting on their knees, begging, moaning, complaining, crying about this one guy, Canelo is only one person. He's only one person. And our brother from Africa got the bag. And he's fighting a black fighter from Africa. He got the bag. Now, we don't know exactly how much Makabu was going to get paid for fighting Canelo. Whatever Eddy Reynoso and them negotiate, we don't know what the fight is going to be at. But guess what? He got the bag. So let's give a round of applause to the WBC Cruiserweight champion of the world, Junior Makabu. Now, just because Canelo picked this cherry doesn't mean he's going to win this fight. No. Azuma Nelson from Ghana, he was a bad boy. Salvador Sanchez, the great Salvador Sanchez, almost lost that fight. And just because you don't know who the fighter is does not mean that he is not a good fighter. Now, I saw that he got knocked out by Tony Bellew. I seen that. And guess what? All of you pro Canelo fans, y'all never heard of this guy. So cut it out. You never heard of him. You never heard of this guy. You found out about this guy when Eddy Reynoso said they want to fight him. So we can't make an argument for this guy's a killer. He's this, he's that, yada, yada, yada. Cut it out. Wasn't nobody talking about this dude before. I know this, you know this, so cut it out. But I thank Canelo for making this decision. Because now, what is the rest of boxing going to do? Why is boxing being held hostage? But I don't want to say being held hostage because it's not Canelo that's holding boxing hostage. It's not Canelo's fault. It's the other fighters that's holding boxing hostage. I'm going to refuse to fight everybody else because you got 10 dudes trying to fight Canelo. I told you, Canelo got to fight King Kong, Godzilla, Mothra, Voltron, Piccolo, Goku, Vegeta, the Dinobots, the Decepticons, Megatron, Optimus Prime, all these dudes waiting to fight one goddamn Canelo. Marvin Hagler didn't do that. Marvin Hagler didn't do that. Marvin Hagler didn't do that. Stop chasing this one guy. Canelo did you guys a favor, whether you know it or not. He moved out the goddamn way. Now everybody else got to fight each other. Now, of course, the critics, they're gonna say what they're gonna say. The detractors are gonna say what they're gonna say, and that's fine. They have a right to say that. They have a right to say that. They have a right to say that. Looking at all of these different, I'm finna close all of these windows, guys. Here goes. Oh, I got something to tell y'all. Here you go, right here. Let's see this. This is from Little Giant Boxing. This is Makabu.
Ilunga Junior Makabu.
This is the guy who Canelo has picked to fight.
With Ilunga Junior Makabu, who's possibly gonna face top King Canelo Alvarez. Makabu, obviously you're a world champion. You're an elite fighter. Talk about that possibility of that when you heard that you might be fighting Canelo. How did that feel?
Yeah, firstly, I'm very happy to fight Canelo. I don't have any problem to fight Canelo. And I would like to say
it's a boring interview, but just keep listening to it.
Good luck to Canelo for coming in Cruiserweight division. Yeah, the best boxer in the planet. I would like to fight. If you accept, he said he has to fight. The fight can be happening, no problem.
Eddy Reynoso said that.
So basically, the video is kind of, the volume is kind of low, guys. So basically he's just saying, I thank Canelo Alvarez for picking me to fight. He's praising Canelo in his interview. I want to thank Canelo. He's the greatest fighter in the world. Yada 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 yada. I'm gonna tell you something else about this guy. Give you a little backstory. I'm gonna tell you something else about this guy. Azuma Nelson, I think he fought for Don King when he came to the country. When Azuma Nelson came from Ghana to America, I think he was a Don King fighter. I think he was a Don King fighter. Right? Guess what, guys? This guy right here is a Don King fighter. This guy right here, Makabu, is a Don King Promotions fighter. I got the receipts. This guy, listen, what is the chances? Now remember, Don King controlled the WBC when he was in his heyday. Don King, Jose Suleiman, which is Mauricio Suleiman's father, and Mauricio Suleiman, they had a great working relationship. Don King had all of his fighters in the top 10 in many different weight divisions. He had Tito Trinidad, he had Azuma Nelson, he had Don King, he had Julio Cesar Chavez, the best, probably the greatest Mexican fighter of all time, some would say. He had plenty of fighters. He used to pay. He had plenty of fighters, and all of his fighters who weren't in championships, they had a good business relationship. This guy's a Don King fighter. So what's the chances of the great Azuma Nelson coming from the continent of Africa, coming to America to fight the great Salvador Sanchez, being promoted by Don King? And what's the chances of this guy, decades later, being promoted by Don King? It's like a co-promotional thing, because he signed to a promotional company in his country, but they formed a partnership with Don King. Oh boy, this here, man. Shout out to Mr. Calderon.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that $2. Bam, dub on the boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, Coach, I think he said Don King is no longer. Yeah, I don't know about, no. He said he don't want to talk about Don King. He said he didn't want to talk about him. He said he didn't want to talk about him. But if you know anything about Don King, the way his contracts are structured, he's always going to be somewhere, somehow involved. Diallo Huggy said that I guess Don King put this guy in the top 10 too. I don't know, man. I don't know, bro. I have no proof of that. Don King also promotes my guy, the only American heavyweight champion in the world. The only American heavyweight champion right now is Trevor Bryan. He promotes that guy as well. But let's keep going though. Where am I going at with this? Coach, you said he was a Don King fighter, man. You ain't got no receipts on that. You making stuff up. You ain't got no receipts on that, Coach. Coach, you ain't got no receipts on this guy. Let's go. Let's look at this guy. This is him on BoxRec, guys. This is him on BoxRec. This is what y'all look at. Y'all say this the Bible, right? Y'all say BoxRec the Bible, right? Shit. BoxRec full of shit. But I'm not gonna bust your bubble. BoxRec the Bible, right? You can see he's 28-2. He has 25 KOs. This is the brother right here on BoxRec. Junior Makabu, Lunga. That's his birthday, Junior Makabu. So we're gonna call him Junior. He's from the Democratic Republic of Congo, formerly known as Zaire. This is his manager. So you say, well, Coach, man, you ain't Coach, you don't know what you're talking about. He ain't with Don King. Okay.
Hey, okay.
That's what y'all say, right? I don't know what I'm talking about, huh? Okay, let's go here. This article was written back in 2018, guys. This is the best promoter of all time, Don King, and you can see he got a Kool-Aid smile. Guess who's sitting right there? This brother right here. Let me read it, though. Shout out to Listo.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that $2. Bam, super chat on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Canelo chasing belts while the rest is chasing Canelo. Exactly. One man. Everybody chasing one man. Nelly says the weakest link in the cruiserweight, but let's see what happens. Yeah, you're right about that. He is the weakest link. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you guys. I cannot cap. He is the weakest cruiserweight champion in that division. That is true. This is why he was picked. But just because he was picked does not mean that this guy will not beat Canelo. He said, Coach, you're proving our point. Yeah, exactly. I'm proving a point today. But here you go right here. Let's keep going. This article was written September the 30th, 2019. I thought it was 2000. That was just 2 years ago, right? It said Don King may soon be returning to the Democratic Republic of Congo, formerly known as Zaire, under President Mobutu, the vicious dictator. That guy was the best. Y'all go look up Mobutu, right? King signed the Congo's Ilunga Makabui, who is currently the WBC's #1 contender for the vacant cruiserweight championship. He signed him right before he won the title. Don King says, I have traveled from France and Makabu from the Congo to meet here in Florida with Don King. This is what the co-manager Tariq Saeed said. So Makabu, Junior Makabu, his manager, traveled all over the world, and he came to Florida because Don King is in Florida with me to meet with Don King. He said, I have matched the greatest fighter in the world with the greatest promoter in the world. And today, together, we signed for the future of Junior Makabu. That's what it says. Don King is smiling. This is in his office. This is Makabu's manager, and this is in Don King's office. Don King smiling, only in America, and he's pointing to the contract. He got him hooked up real good. We know how Don King do his contracts. We know how Don King do his contracts. I got receipts on that, how we did Larry Holmes, how we did Tim Witherspoon, how Don King has done every black fighter he has worked with. He's notorious for robbing black fighters, and I got the receipts. That's why you can't do skin color politics. You can't do skin color politics. A crook is a crook. He don't give a damn what your skin complexion is. So why these dudes pushing race-based narratives on these channels, I care nothing about your race-based narratives. I don't care nothing about it. We ain't friends, we ain't homies, we ain't down. Care nothing about you. Remember that. Shout out to let's continue to read this article, right? He said, I am thrilled. Hold on. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Shout out to everybody who's listening to this on Facebook and Twitter. Shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Spotify and Amazon Music. Let's get into this. It says this guy right here. He says, I am thrilled at the opportunity to help Ilunga Makabu become a world champion, said Don King. He is a very talented fighter who is most deserving of a shot at the WBC belt. Don King and the WBC have a long history together. Don King pretty much owned this company, the WBC. The WBC is a cricket sanctioning body. Facts. I have receipts on top of 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 receipts to prove this shit. Care nothing about because Mauricio Suleiman is from Mexico and this company was formed in Mexico. It is a cricket-ass company. Period. I'll let you go. I'll let you other guys deal with the ethnicity pushing. Let you deal with that. Now let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. It said the WBA Cruiserweight champion. This guy right here named Kazakhstan's Baybud. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm bad with names. This is who Junior Makabu had beat in order to become the WBC champion. As you can see right here, he said, we are very happy. As you can see right here, this is what the guy said. He said, I'd like to thank one of the most respected fight managers, Lee Holiday, for bringing Makabu and his manager, Tariq Saeed, together with us. This is what Don King is saying. He said, we look forward to working with this guy, the president of the Boxing Federation of the Democratic Republic of Congo, formerly known as Zaire, right? He said, we are very happy to sign with who? Don King. He said, we are very happy to sign with Don King and learn from the best, said Saeed. I am very happy to be here in Miami, together to work in order to work together to put Africa and Congo boxing on the world map. Guess what? By Canelo Alvarez choosing Junior Makabu, this is helping him accomplish that goal. By Canelo Alvarez choosing a black man from Africa, this is helping him accomplish that goal. So I'm happy. So in a way, I'm kind of happy for this brother. At least he get the bag. Caleb Plant got the bag. Billy Joe Saunders got the bag, right? Caleb Plant got the bag. Billy Joe Saunders got the bag. Why we ain't happy for the brother in the Congo that's getting the bag? And he might pull it off. Who knows? He might pull it off. I don't know. He might pull it off. Because sometimes cherry picking does go wrong. Sometimes cherry picking does go wrong. Sometimes cherry picking does go wrong. So we'll see. But this man here comes from a poor country. He's broke. This guy ain't got no goddamn money. This guy right here ain't got no goddamn money. This is the opportunity of a lifetime from him. And guess who gave it to him? Canelo Alvarez. Didn't nobody know who he is. Guess what? They know who he is now. They know who he is now, right? So, let's go ahead, man. You got Dillian Whyte over here, guys. We're looking at Dillian Whyte, but I know you guys, basically right here, let's wrap this up with Dillian Whyte. Then we're going to go to the phone lines. Dillian Whyte, as you can see right here, Dillian Whyte fails to get Tyson Fury world title fight sanctioned by the WBC in another huge blow to the mandatory challenger. Now, this guy sat back waiting 1,000 days to fight Deontay Wilder. He was the #1 mandatory, the interim champion for 1,000 days. And Mauricio Suleiman he's in the heavyweight division. He was being controlled by Al Heyman. Call Al, big fit. You know what I mean? He was controlled by that guy, and Al Heyman strategically made sure, and Shelly Finkel made sure that this guy, for whatever reason may be, he wasn't going to get that shot. Shout out to Rider of the Storm. For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He say, salute, coach. He might be the weakest in the cruiserweight division, but he's still a big challenge for Canelo. The fight is in Congo. It's a great win for the people there. Yes, it is a great win for the people there. I don't know if it's going to be in the Congo, though. They might have it in Mexico. Right? They might have it in Mexico. I don't know exactly where the fight is going to be at. But the fact of the matter is, this brother landed the bag. We should be happy for him. We should be happy for him. Ain't nobody happy for the brother from Congo, though. They ain't happy for him. And I get it. I understand. I get it. I understand. But I'm happy for him. It said the WBC has sensationally failed to grant Dillian Whyte a long overdue world title shot against Tyson Fury. Woo! Let's keep going, guys. All of this happened yesterday. It says, but Sun Sports understands that the WBC have failed to pass a resolution, finally giving the Londoner his big chance. It could now be months before the mandatory challenger for Tyson Fury's WBC belt is ratified. And the Gypsy King is desperate for a fight early next year, having only had one in 21 months. The WBC held a convention in Mexico to discuss all things boxing, and the next big heavyweight scrap was hot on the agenda. White, who spent over 1,000 days as the mandatory challenger with Deontay Wilder, had the belt. We reclaimed that position after avenging his KO loss. But it appears that there are more hurdles for the body snatcher to jump over. White is currently involved in what? An ongoing legal case against the WBC. Let's stop right there. Dillian Whyte, sir, I don't know who you think you is. This is what Mauricio Suleiman is telling you. Dillian Whyte, sir. Oh, you think you bigger than boxing, huh? You want to be the renegade, huh? You want to sue the WBC and Mauricio Suleiman because we've been preventing you from fighting for a title, huh? You don't know who the boss, huh? We gonna show you who it is, huh? We gonna make it do what it do, huh? They teaching Dillian Whyte ass a lesson. They teaching Dillian Whyte a lesson. They saying, listen, you ain't gonna sue us and then think that we gonna rule in your favor. It don't work that way. Now, I know some guys are probably saying, oh, coach, you don't know what you're talking about, man. Because there's an ongoing arbitration, whatever. They can't make a ruling right now. Yeah, whatever. Say what you want to say about your boy, the body snatcher. The body snatcher, they are telling the body snatcher right now, body snatcher, get your ass in line, boy. Now, we made you wait over 1,000 days when Deontay Wilder had the belt. We gonna make your ass wait some more. Now, I ain't trying to tell you what to do, body snatcher, but if you want to fight for this belt, maybe, just maybe, you might want to drop this arbitration that we have. He biting the hand that feed him with an attitude and want them to work for them. Yeah, exactly, Retro. Yes, Dillian Whyte. You the renegade. You talk shit to your promoter. You want to sue us and think you're going to talk to me any kind of way. You want to fight for my belt that I created. This is what Mauricio Suleiman and the WBC is telling this dude right now. Yeah, man, they telling this dude right now. Dillian Whyte, sir, Dillian Whyte, sir, they teaching you a valuable lesson. They teaching you a valuable lesson, Dillian Whyte. How you gonna sue us and then think that we're gonna rule in your favor for you to get a shot at the title? So since you want to go to arbitration route, guess what?
Hey, okay.
Let's go to arbitration. We can't make no ruling until the arbitrator. We gonna see what that say. Ain't no telling when the arbitrator gonna make a decision. The arbitrator may not make a decision until 7, 8, 9 months down the line. Guess what? Tyson Fury gonna have to fight somebody. True. That gonna leave Dillian Whyte ass on the sideline. Shout out to Troy Graham.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said Dillian Whyte is a Hagler of this era. Get the government involved. What government? Shout out to Troy for the super chat. I appreciate that, fam. Yeah, Dillian Whyte, they teaching your ass a lesson, boy. That's what they're doing. So anyways, I'm through talking. Let's go ahead and open up the phone lines, guys. Let's open up the phone lines. Anybody want to call in, man? Y'all call in, man. It is what it is. We're going to stop this ticker right quick. Matter of fact, hold on, guys. Let me drop the phone line right. Hold on, guys. I got to set it up. I got to set it up on the bear with the old boy for a minute. We're gonna open up the phone lines. Okay, here come the phone lines, guys. Y'all can go ahead and call on in. Let's do this right quick. Let me edit this, take off the ticker, and save, and then show. That's the number right there, 530-494-9636. 530-494-9636. And if you want to talk, let's talk. Let's talk boxing, baby. Let's do this. You know me, we don't run for no smoke over here. Shout out to Y2K for dropping that quarter of a bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. He said it's been 3 years, lawsuit or not. He wasn't getting the fight. History tells that. Hey, man, you feel me, though? That's the game they playing, though, Y2K. That's the game they playing. He said White has to understand he's not AJ. He's not Fury. He's a contender. And that's what they, Blood, that's what they teaching him. That's what they teaching him. They teaching him that. They teaching him that right now. He said, Coach, does Canelo have to give up his belts? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Here goes the number right here, guys. 530-494-9636. Y'all want to talk to the old boy? Let's talk boxing. Again, my position is this. Canelo has moved up to cruiserweight, so guess what? Stop sitting around waiting on one goddamn guy. You got a plethora of fighters who should be fighting each other. He's not going to fight you. So we can make content after content. I can come over here right now and make a video about Canelo Alvarez from here to next year around this same time. It's not going to change the fact that you still got fighters that need to fight each other. If he ain't gonna fight you, he ain't gonna fight you. So you need to move on. That's all I'm saying. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? This is Batman Boxing Talk from DC.
Batman, what's going on, fam? Batman Boxing Talk from DC. What's going on with you, brother?
What's up, brother? Now the narrative is Canelo ducking, huh?
You know, I mean, that's what they're saying. You know, that's what they're saying, bro. He's ducking, or whatever the case may be. And now I'm hearing that caller. I'll call back later. I got somebody on the line right now. I see you calling in. Now I'm hearing that you know, that he may come back down to light to super middleweight and defend those titles against David Benavidez next. I don't know. I don't know what he's going to do. All I'm saying is this here. He moved on.
And my thing is, Coach, he did the same thing with Kovalev. He moved up, he went and got his 4th division, and he came right back to super middleweight. I don't think he's going to sit there and stay at cruiserweight, you know, but like you said, maybe he's giving them guys the opportunity to make a case for themselves. I don't feel like Canelo should have to fight everybody. Like, motherfuckers need to fight each other and make a name for themselves or put themselves in a better position to make the fight bigger. Leonard Ellerby just said the same shit about Tank Davis on an interview. Why would we take Devin Haney when that's a bigger fight for later on down the line? Why is that not the same narrative for Canelo Alvarez?
I mean, again, as I said before, like I just showed you, brother, Marvin Hagler. Marvin Hagler had 50 fights, his 50th fight. Hold on, I want to make sure I got this right. I think it was his 50th fight. Marvin Hagler wouldn't play the game. Marvin Hagler would not sign with Don King Promotions. He wouldn't play the game, so they punished Marvin Hagler. Marvin Hagler fought everybody. He was fighting 3 or 4 times a year and all that stuff there like that, right? He was doing it, and guess what he did? Guess what he did? He worked his way up. After he beat everybody, they ain't had no choice but to give him a shot. When he got his shot, he lost to a split decision, even though he beat the brakes off this dude. And he said from that point forward, I will never allow a fight to go to the scorecards.
For the score, I will always win by knockout. He damn sure did it.
And he did that from 1980 all the way to 1987. He did it for 7 years. So now, this is instead of crying about what Canelo is doing, this is an opportunity for all of the Crawfords, the Spences, the Charlos, the Beterbievs, the Bivels. This is an opportunity to close rank and say, you know what? We are going to strengthen our position in boxing. We're going to strengthen our position in boxing, and we're going to lock this shit down and get off this Canelo train right quick. Get off that shit.
And that's the thing, Coach. A lot of people don't remember when Canelo wanted to fight Floyd Mayweather initially, and Mayweather wouldn't fight him. Canelo said, "All right, fuck it. Take me off his undercard, and I'm gonna make my own fucking way, and I'm gonna go fight." Well, he was actually trying to get the Miguel Cotto fight when Floyd wouldn't fight him. Yeah. And then of course Miguel Cotto lost to Austin Trout, so he fought Austin Trout, and then now Floyd was like, "Well, shit, let me get this motherfucker before he gets too good."
Right.
But he wasn't about to sit around and wait for Floyd Mayweather. And then even after the Floyd Mayweather loss, he didn't do what Triple G is doing to him. He's not sitting around hoping he can get Floyd. No, he went and made fights to put himself in the position that he's in now. He didn't skip the line and jump the grind, jump the line and skip the grind like a lot of these other motherfuckers trying to do, just sitting around trying to wait to hit the lottery.
Yeah, man.
But man.
Batman boxing. I appreciate that, fam. It's a lot of people calling in, so I gotta let everybody talk. Okay.
No problem, brother. No problem, brother. Have a good one. I appreciate you taking the call.
Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Let's give our brother a round of applause. Go ahead. Phone lines are open, man. Phone lines are open. I do see the calls coming in, but if I got somebody on the line, we're gonna keep it short. We're gonna keep the phone calls to 2 minutes. We're gonna keep the phone call to 2 minutes. What you guys think about
unknown caller?
Hold on, guys. Why is this? Sorry about that. I put had this here. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's me, Peter Von Arx, Coach.
Peter, what's going on, fam?
I'm calling up here in cold country, although it's kind of warm today. It's 41.
Where you at? In Arkansas? No, where you calling from, Peter?
Well, I'm calling from Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin, yeah, it's cold up there.
Oh yeah. Hey, I was just going to say that no matter what Canelo does, if people feel it's a cherry pick, I don't know that Makabu guy. He's a big boy. He punches hard, southpaw, and they're up in the cruiserweight division. You know, there's a little bit different power up that way. So I got to hand it to Canelo. He's going for the gusto. He's 31. He's letting the cards fly. Let the man go. Everybody else down the lower weights will be able to fight it out. I hope they fight it out. I don't know if they're going to fight it out, but they may very well fight it out. But I have another question for you, and it was about a show you had the other day, and it was about Teofimo Lopez. And I wanted to ask you if you knew that when Teofimo Lopez fought Lomachenko, did Lomachenko have the world belt and the franchise belt at the same time, or did he just have the franchise belt? I was just wondering if you knew.
Yeah, he just had the franchise belt because he got he either gave up or got stripped of the franchise belt of the WBC super belt, and Devin Haney, by him being the interim champion, he got elevated, and Lomachenko got elevated. He didn't have two belts.
Okay, thank you, because I got into it last night on a different channel, and I thought I didn't think Lomachenko had the world belt either, because Devin Haney ended up with it. So how could Lomachenko have it? He must have just had, I don't know if he can hold the franchise belt and the world belt at the same time, although Canelo may have, but he vacated that belt voluntarily, and Jamel Charlo took the belt. So, you know, it's fairly simple. I mean, you explained it. I thought it was, accurate.
Yes, sir.
And pretty easy to explain, but some of these guys, man, they just don't want to hear it. You know,
it is what it is, Peter, man. Listen, we're gonna keep it moving. We got other calls coming in. I really appreciate you calling, my brother. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thanks a lot, bro.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Round of applause, Peter Von Arx. This is what I'm saying, guys. All I'm saying is this here. Right now, we got to move on. Right now, this is the opportunity. You know what, man? Goddamn, boy, if I can go ahead and I can go ahead and make my own goddamn history. So, you know, we should be ashamed of ourselves, you know, as even content creators or fighters, or we sitting there begging, wait to get. I understand why the fighters want to fight Canelo, because these fighters are broke. They don't have no money. I told you guys this. A lot of these fighters, they don't have the kind of money that you think they have.
Troy Graham.
Let me see what I'm saying. That's Troy calling. All right, let's see. What in the hell? Hey, call back. Y'all call us, call back. Call back. Hey, call back again, man. Call back again. But you get what I'm saying, though, right? You get what I'm saying, though, because I had 2 calls coming in at the same damn time. I had 2 calls calling in at the same time, man. Y'all call me right back. Call right back, man. Call right back. Call us, call back in. So that's all I'm saying, guys. Right now, I look at this as an opportunity for the other fighters to step up and take boxing by the horns right now. Troy, what the league read? Troy, what's going on with you, baby?
Bless up yourself, man. How you doing? How you doing?
Everything going good. What's going on with you?
I'm gonna make it quick. When I said Hagler, White is the Hagler of this area. I'm basing it on a situation. And when Hagler got the government involved, as in the U.S. government, that's how he got his title shot.
Okay.
He got the government involved, and that's how he got his title shot. And it's the same situation here, because here's the thing I don't get, right? For all the Charlo fans and all these other guys that's saying, you know, Alvarez ducked him, and then they haven't done anything with their career, White is doing the total opposite of that. Whoever they put in front of him, he has fought. Win, lose, or draw, he's fought. And they complaining about him, right? They're going to tell you, well, he ducked, you know, out of win. The fact is that he chose to fight that man. That man didn't earn his shot or anything like that. He chose to fight him. So why is it that these cats are saying Charlo should get his shot, this guy should get his shot, and they have done nothing with their career, while all White has done is fought and fought and fought? Do you see the whole mix up in the world, you know, the whole type of world we live in is topsy-turvy and upside down when it comes to boxing?
I mean, you know, it is what it is at this point. You know, you have people who they like their fighters for whatever particular reason. Some like them because they of different ethnicities or race, and some like them for whatever they like them for. It is what it is. Everybody does not see everything eye to eye or the same, and I don't have a problem with that. You know, everybody has their right to say what they want to say.
I don't have a problem with it either, but let me tell you what. If common sense was common, everybody would be rich, and obviously everybody ain't rich. So
yes, sir.
Bless up yourself and keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, Troy, man. Shout out to Troy Graham, everybody. Right. Give him a round of applause. I mean, it is what it is, guys. Like, I look at this, like, I take a different approach on it, right? I look at it as though it's this, you know, regardless of whether, you know, now this is a cherry pick that Eddy Reynoso did, because there's another guy he could have picked, but they didn't pick that guy. See what I'm saying? So, but that's neither here nor there. The fact that, and guess what? It does not mean that Canelo's going to beat this guy. Doesn't mean he's going to beat this guy. This guy may be better, and he may do a lot better than a lot of you guys are giving him credit for, that he may do.
Unknown.
See what I'm saying? So, here you go. Hold on. Bear with me, caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
That is Buchanan calling from Mobile, Alabama.
What's your name, buddy? You said Buchanan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Buchanan calling from Mobile. What's going on, fam?
Hey, man. Shout out to Canelo, man. I love what he's doing. Absolutely love it. You know, and I am a fan of Canelo. Can't say that I'm a fanboy. Right. You know, I ain't gonna go as far to say that.
Hold on.
But
Blood.
Absolutely.
Hold on. Blood, I got you. I see you calling in, brother. I got you. Call me right back. I got you. Go ahead.
Absolutely leading by example of what these fighters should be doing. Canelo was fighting for legacy.
Mm-hmm.
Canelo in his last fight just put something down in the history book. First super middleweight unified champion. Now he's going for another title in a whole nother weight class that he hasn't conquered yet.
Okay.
When you talk about, you know, the guys that he's ducking, the guys that he's avoided, Benavidez didn't look all that good in his last fight. Charlo didn't look all that good in his last fight. Charlo righteously should be giving the last guy he fought a rematch. And Benavidez, the last guy he fought, gained fans by how good he looked against Benavidez. So these are the guys that ducking. Come on now.
Well, I mean, that's to the.
I can't go as far to say that.
Okay. All right. This guy right here says, why not Breedis? He could have fought Breedis. Breedis had a belt. Now that guy, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Zone of Flame, he need to stay away from Breedis. I'm not gonna say and lie to you, dog. Like that's a suicide mission to fight that guy Breedis at cruiserweight. So if it was me, I wouldn't fight him. To be honest with you, but go ahead.
Right.
Anything else you want to say, bro?
They have. No, they it's always about matchmaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got a guy. What did Canelo start at? Welterweight. Moving up to cruiserweight, almost unheard of. You don't see it very often.
Right.
So obviously they're going to be selective. When he's giving up that much in size. You know what I mean? So you can call it a cherry pick. I wouldn't even be that mad at anybody saying that he cherry picked a cruiserweight that he thought he could beat.
Right.
But so did Roy Jones.
Yeah,
when he fought Ruiz.
I mean, that happens. You're right. Roy Jones did it with Andy Ruiz. This happens in boxing. This happens in boxing, guys. Every fighter, I know contrary to popular belief, because a lot of us like to think that our fighters are Superman, Batman, Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Thanos, Darkseid. But a lot of times, sometimes when they move it up the weight, they pick certain fighters who fit their style today. And guess what? You can't. That's how boxing is. That's just the way it is. So, Canelo, he could have fought Breedis. I think that'd be dangerous moving up in that weight class to fight that guy. And you know what I mean? To fight that guy, get acclimated to it. Of course, he's going to pad his record with it. And if he move back down and fight, defend his super middleweight titles, so be it. But listen, shout out to you, Buchanan from Alabama, man. I appreciate that, fam. Give my brother a round of applause.
Yes, sir. And when you're in the driver's seat, bro, you go which way you want to go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Blood, call back in, man. We're looking for my brother Blood. Blood, call me right back in, man. Call me right back. Diallo Hugger said Canelo started at 15 years old, so starting at welterweight is irrelevant. I was 135 pounds at 15. Hey, I was 135 pounds at 15 too. Shout out to my brother Blood, man. Hold on, man. It's my main man here. Blood, what's going on, fam?
What's going on, Coach? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good, bro.
Hey, man, yeah, man. You know what, man? These fighters, they're all over Canelo's nuts, man. They should have been fought. It's funny because all these fighters that they saying that Canelo was ducking, they ain't never did nothing. If you go back and you look at their resumes, they don't have no career-defining fights. These guys have been inactive. There's guys like Andre. He's been a fighter since 2008 now. This guy's barely had 30 fights, right? This is one of the guys they want him to fight. They want him to fight Charlo, who ain't did nothing, okay? All he did is backed out of fights and took step-aside money and stuff like that. So all this junk about he skipped over all these legends, where all these legends, Bivol and Beterbiev, they should have fought years ago. Both of those guys been champions since 2017. As for Dillian Whyte, I'm gonna make this quick, Coach, because I know you just taking 2 minutes.
No. Go ahead. I'm so biased to my brother. So biased to Blood.
He ain't nothing but a crybaby. Dillian Whyte ain't nothing but a damn crybaby, man. If you're putting something against somebody, the sanctioning bodies, and saying that you suing them and all this kind of stuff, how you expect these guys to work with you, man? You ain't Tyson Fury. You ain't Anthony Joshua. You ain't never been heavyweight champion. You only popular over there in the UK. We don't got time to wait around for you. We waiting for that unification about to happen and for Tyson Fury to fight the winner of that, right? All y'all need to get off of Canelo's nuts, too. All y'all fighters, go fight each other. And all you fanboys, too. You guys are despicable. A bunch of punks all over the internet, right? Coach, keep doing what you're doing, brother. One love to you. I'm out of here. All
right, man. Blood, man. Shout out to Blood, man. Shout out to Blood. Shout out to my brother Blood, man. I really appreciate that call, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is this. It's like I look at it like this. These fighters have a prime opportunity. They have an opportunity to make history themselves. Instead of sitting around, waiting, begging, crying, hoping, wishing to fight this one guy. You got about 10 fighters sitting around, I'm trying to fight this one guy. It don't make no goddamn sense. When you have other champions in your division that you can fight, you can make history. Listen, right now, these fighters right now who are not fighting each other, who are not fighting the other champions, we ain't gonna say no names, but I'm gonna just say it like this here. This is the opportunity for you guys to, pretty much circle the wagon, so to speak, and grab boxing by the horns. You see what I'm saying? Grab boxing by the horns. And I mean, I take a positive out of everything. I look at it like this. I'm like, shit, he really did you guys a favor, to be honest with you. Irregardless of what you think about his decision, what are you going to do? I can sit here right now, dog. I can sit here right now because Canelo Alvarez is she's a trending topic on social media. He's a trending topic on YouTube, right? Jamal Charlo is not a trending topic. Benavidez is not a trending topic. The only time those guys are trending topics is when their name is connected to Canelo, right? The only time a lot of these fighters, Beterbiev or Bivol or anybody, playing or anybody around Andrade, only time somebody's talking about these guys is when they are talking about Canelo. This is facts, right? So now, this is the opportunity to get off of the Canelo Alvarez bandwagon. He gonna do what the hell he gonna do. Canelo don't give a damn about me or anybody else in this goddamn chat. Who like to push racist narratives, who like to push ethnicity narratives, who like to push I'm on his side narrative. Canelo don't know neither one of you motherfuckers, and he don't know me. He don't give a damn about me nor anybody in this chat. He don't. I'm pretty sure he don't. Man got a net worth of $140 million plus. I doubt if Canelo's at home. Oh, I wonder what those guys in the chat are saying. I wonder what those other channels are saying who are pro Canelo. I wonder what those other guys are saying who don't like me. Canelo don't give a damn about me or none of us. He gonna do what he's gonna do for him. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, brother?
Hey, what's up, man? It's Bold.
Bold, what's going on, fam?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, bro? What you want to talk about?
Man, listen, here's my thing, man. Because I know there's some people saying, oh, Canelo, taking all the fight. It's a lot easier to move around when you got money. Some of these fighters been trying to fight other big name fighters. Like, I mentioned, like one call said, Andre Bennett. Nah, Andre been trying to fight all the top fighters. It's not like he's just chasing one guy. He's been trying to fight all the top fighters. Now, if you don't have that type of backing or money, you can't move the way you want to move in the boxing thing because it's all business at the end of the day. So, my thing is this, and this is not just a Canelo thing. I apply this to all boxers today, past, and future. If you're on the top, technically you really should still be fighting top. I mean, we rewarding guys and saying, hey, he deserved the right to fight basically a cherry pick. I don't think that's right, man. I think the way the business should work, but it ain't gonna work that way, is that they should reward fighters for the competition that they're fighting. Fighting somebody that's just, not on that level, and then we still gonna reward them and give them credit for it. To me, it's crazy, man. That's all I got.
All right, man, Bo, I really appreciate that, fam. Let's give our brother Bo a round of applause. This brother right here say, Coach, gotta stop defending. Hold on, guys. Call, I'm finna let you in right now. He's calling in from Texas. We got somebody from Texas calling in. Caller, hold on for a minute, brother. Hold on for a minute. I got you. Hold on for a minute, caller. Hold on. I want to address this right quick. He said, Coach, you got to stop defending Canelo. How in the hell am I defending Canelo, my brother? I specifically said that Canelo has cherry-picked this guy up there in the Cruiserweight. The whole point, and guess what? Every fighter does it, but he has cherry-picked this guy. What I'm saying is this here. He said, out of all of the fighters, Canelo want to fight Makabu. Guess what? That's his right. That's his right. We are not the matchmakers for Canelo. Whether I like the decision or not is irrelevant. That's his right. Godzilla just beating King Kong in an epic fight. Why doesn't Canelo fight him? Michael Myers. That's all I'm saying, right? That's his right. I ain't got to like it, and Canelo don't give a damn about what none of us think. You see what I'm saying? Cherry picking goes on. He picked that guy. Now, does it mean that he's going to beat this guy? No, hell it don't. It almost backfired when the great Salvador Sanchez fought Azuma Nelson. Salvador Sanchez had 46 fights. Azuma Nelson from Ghana had 13 fights. And it took him 15 rounds to stop him. All I'm saying is this is an opportunity for the other fighters to make their own history and stop trying to make everything about this one goddamn dude. That's what I'm mad about. This obsession with Canelo. Man, the hell with Canelo. Let Canelo do what he gonna do. What the hell you guys gonna do? This is how we gonna advance the sport of boxing. Go ahead, caller. Sorry about that. Go ahead, my brother. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This Adonis K3 calling out of Texas.
Adonis, what's going on, fam? Adonis, what's going on, my brother?
I just wanted to point out somewhat of like the analogy. When Jamal Charlo moved up from 154, he was being stalked and harassed by Julian J-Rock Williams, right?
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, he went and fought him and ended the speculations of he's ducking J-Rock, he can't beat J-Rock, because there were so many questions in the air. Even though he knew he could beat him, he went on and went and shut the critics up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand how everybody want to see Canelo fight Benavidez. Why wouldn't you shut the critics up and fight him coming off this fight with Davis and being the WBC mandatory? Why wouldn't you shut up the speculations and go ahead and fight him? Benavidez, he easy, he young, he don't got enough experience, blase, blase. So why not go on and get him out the picture and mow him down?
Right, yeah, I get what you're saying. And I totally agree with that. If you're saying, well, hey, listen, Canelo should go ahead and fight David Benavidez. There's rumors that he's going to fight him next year. There's rumors that he's going to fight David Benavidez next year after he move up the cruiserweight to come back. I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. My only issue was this. Adonis, this is my only issue. Why,
yes, sir,
if Canelo does not do what we want him to do, forget us as fans. Now, as us as fans, we want to see certain fighters fight certain fighters. Do you feel like that Jamal Charlo, Boo Boo Andrade, David Benavidez, Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, any other fighter, Beterbiev, Bivol, do you feel like all of these guys should just, Canelo didn't pick us, we just gonna sit around and wait on him, and because he controlled boxing, he is the man, and we can't do nothing else? Do you feel that way, or do you feel like they need to move on?
I feel like they need to move on, and I agree with everybody on that list except Errol Spence and Bud. They fighting the best. Like Earl trying to fight the best, and they been getting held back.
Errol did that.
WDA.
Errol did that. Listen,
yeah.
I ain't got no complaint about Errol Spence. Yeah.
And I agree with you that this is on the matchmaking terms. So I was on some cherry picking, like blase, but that matchmaking statement that you made was a great point. Like this is a great matchmaking fight for Canelo.
Right.
Instead of going to fight Breedis, you know what I'm saying, which is the obviously more dangerous guy, he's going to fight Macumbo Jr. I even say his name.
Yeah, Macumbo.
He got a low guard, southpaw.
Yeah.
He a southpaw with a low guard, so that right hand is low. And what that's going to leave open? That leaping left hook that he clipped Caleb Plant with. Great matchmaking.
Listen, and guess what? And I gotta let you go because I got other callers calling in. So my brother, Adonis, man, I really appreciate the call, family.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Shout out to Texas, man. Shout out to the boys in Texas, man. Everything big in Texas. Big belt buckles, big hats, big boot, cowboy boots. Yeah, man. Anyways, Errol Spence is a unified champion in the welterweight division. You guys know Terrence Crawford is my favorite fighter, but even though he's my favorite fighter, I have to make Errol Spence the number one guy in the welterweight division. He is the number one guy because he's done ain't nobody done more than Sean Porter, but he is that guy, right? And so until somebody beats him, he's the two-time, he has 2 belts, he is the number one guy in the welterweight division. But this is the opportunity. Listen, Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford can get the bag after this fight, for the fight. Hold on, guys. Bear with me one moment, guys. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? What's your name? Where you calling from, brother?
Hey, this is Marco, man. I'm calling from Los Angeles.
What's going on, Marco, from LA?
I just want to speak on the perspective of a longtime boxing fan, a Mexican boxing fan at that.
Okay.
Who we've been looking for our next hero, for years and years now after Chavez, and We had Barrera, Morales, all that, whatever. So Canelo came out like he was going to be the next Mexican hero. And I go for all Mexican fighters, you know, as well as many other races. You know what I mean? I just love the sport of boxing. But as a Mexican fight fan, Canelo has not crossed that line to greatness. Every time he gets put up to the challenge to fight an elite fighter, he never shows improved. He never crosses that line for me. And as a Mexican fighter that supports all Mexican fighters, even the ones out of Mexico, he has not shown improved to be great. He has not crossed that line for me yet. You know what I mean? So he's ducking, you know, he needs to fight the best, you know, and they say fighters need to fight each other, you know, but I believe that he needs to line them all up and mow them down one by one. And that's how you earn that greatness. You know what I mean? And, he just ain't doing it for me, man. And, he's showing, improving everything that everybody's talking about. And as a Mexican fight fan, you know, this is coming from a guy who supports all Mexican fighters. And for me to feel like this, something ain't right.
Yes, sir. Yes, I understand. I understand exactly what you're saying, my brother Marco, man. I really appreciate the call, fam. Other than that, man, let's give you a round of applause, my brother.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Oh, listen, guys, this is all I'm saying. All I'm saying is this. This is a perfect opportunity. Oh, yeah, what's the brother name? Who was there yesterday? Cesar Castro. I think I don't know how true it is with the bet or whatever the case may be, but you did that $100 bet that we made. You haven't given me your info, but if you're serious about it, you're gonna lose that bet because Terrence Crawford is leaving Top Rank. I think everybody knows this at this point. He's leaving Top Rank, but that's neither here nor there. I'll get to that later. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yeah, man, this is Juan calling.
Juan, what's going on, fam? Where you calling from, fam?
From Houston.
Houston in the house. What's going on, baby?
Man, chilling. And I just called you to say what's up to the coach, but with this whole Canelo situation, I'm not really too mad with him going up to Cruiserweight. I mean, it ain't the best of the best, but he done already cleared out 168. And Jamal, I'm a real big Charlo fan. I'm a real big Jamal and Jamel. I think Jamel one of the best fighters in the world. But Jamal hasn't fought nobody. Do I think he deserves a Canelo fight? No. But it is what it is. I mean, Canelo cleared out 168. He fought Triple G at 160. I mean, what else does everybody want him to do? You feel me? I feel like he is the best fighter in the world. He can do what he want to do at this point. I mean, if he fights Benavidez, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't.
Let me ask you a question before you go. What do you think of what do you think about? Listen, Terrence Crawford is fighting Sean Porter. If he can beat the guy, he's a free agent. This will be an opportunity for everybody to get the Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford fight. If he beats Sean Porter, he's a free agent either way it goes, win, lose, or draw. We are in a damn good spot right now. Regardless of who you think is going to win, whether Errol or whoever, we're in a damn good spot right now as boxing fans. These fighters have an opportunity to seize the moment. And this is the way I'm looking at it. I can sit back and cry about, man, Canelo didn't pick me. He ducking. Okay, right. but we got a chance to make some big money ourselves without Canelo. Why are we so obsessed with this one guy? I love boxing, dog. I love boxing.
I don't get it either. I don't see why everybody at 160, from 160 to 175, waiting on the Canelo sweepstakes. But I do believe that Errol and that Bud fight is like a big fight. I do believe it's at least a $30 million fight. Either way, 60-40, 50-50, regardless, I think that's a big fight. That's one of the biggest fights in boxing. It needs to happen. But if it doesn't happen in 2020, if it doesn't happen in 2022, the young guns, Virgil Ortiz, down here in Texas, and Boots Ennis gonna be they on the come up. So, and that fight is kind of losing his luck here a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So if it doesn't happen in 2022, I don't think it's a big fight no more after that.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, fam.
These young guns. You got these young guns coming up. But yeah, that's my call, though. Coach, I'm gonna let the mother callers come in.
Yes, sir, brother. I appreciate that, man. Shout out to my brother Juan from Houston, man. Houston in the house. Yeah, Houston in the house, man. Houston in the house. We taking calls today, man. Y'all bear with the old boy. I'm multitasking. I don't have no assistant, so I gotta reply to the chat, listen to the calls. I hear what's going on. You know what I mean? The hell is this? The hell is all right, we got a call coming in from Toledo, Ohio. Bear with me, caller. Hold on. Let's see. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from, fam?
Eric, Toledo, Ohio. How you doing today, Coach?
Hey, what's going on, fam? What you want to talk about?
Man, I was just calling in to talk about how everybody's on Canelo about this fight. Yeah, it might be a cherry pick, but he just fought 3 defeated champions in a row in 1 year. I mean, who else is doing that in boxing right now?
That's true.
You got to get a little break every now and then.
That's true. That's true. The simple fact that Canelo did fight 3 undefeated champions, guys who have not lost, and he beat them. That is true. Caleb Plant had an opportunity to do that, and he was in the light heavyweight division. Super middleweight division. He could have fought Billy Joe Saunders. He could have fought those other guys, but he didn't do it. So Canelo saw an opportunity to come into the division and make it do what it do. So my thing is this here. Like
Charlo and Andrade, too. They ain't done that in how long, and they've been champs at middleweight for how long now?
Yeah. And they still waiting on Canelo. They was waiting on him at 154. They waiting on him at 160, and they still waiting on him. And I'm like, dude, it's been years. You know, I mean, we can keep complaining about, oh man, he ain't fighting me. He ain't fighting. Bro, it's like, listen, I look at it like this. So let me let you talk. Sorry about that, fam. Go ahead. Sorry about that. Let you finish what you got to say.
No, I wasn't saying that. I was listening.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, I look at it like this. It's like a guy chasing a girl, right? You want to talk to this young lady. She doesn't want to talk to you. And everybody's complaining, oh man, he don't want to talk to this young lady. You know what I mean? He don't want to talk to her. He don't want to be with her and this and that. If the guy's not choosing to fight you, do we sit around and wait, cry, beg, moan about this one fighter? Or do we say, you know what, man, let's keep advancing the sport of boxing. Canelo's doing his thing. He's advancing the sport of boxing in his way. He is the cash cow. He's the main guy. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and advance the welterweight division. We're going to become another Roberto Duran or Sugar Ray Leonard. We're going to put together those kind of fights.
Exactly.
We're going to go ahead and I'm going to fight Boo Boo Andrade to show him he ain't got nothing. I'm going to fight Triple G or Murata to show him he ain't got nothing. I'm going to go ahead and create we can do that, or we can continue to talk about Canelo used the bathroom. Canelo drove a car. Canelo ate a taco. Oh, Canelo going to Africa to fight some guy we ain't never heard of. Man, Canelo don't want to do this. Canelo don't want to do that. Hey, we got a fight coming up this Saturday with Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter. Oh man, but Canelo, we gotta do. Come on, man. I mean, that's all I'm saying. But anyway, shout out to Eric, man. I appreciate you, fam, for calling in.
Thank you.
Call from.
Hey, man. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's Lisa Bells.
Lisa.
I'm calling from New Jersey.
Lisa from Jersey.
Hey.
What's going on, Lisa?
No, chilling, man. I just got to fight, man, so I'm hyped for the weekend, man.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
Know?
For sure.
It's going down.
Yeah, I haven't bought it yet. I'm gonna buy it probably tomorrow. I'll probably buy it tomorrow. You know, I'm gonna support this fight. You know what I mean? I have to. You know, I'm gonna support Crawford. You know that. I'm gonna support Crawford. I'm gonna support Sean Porter. Sean Porter,
Yeah.
see, listen, this is what I love about Sean Porter. Sean Porter ain't sitting around. Sean Porter ain't sitting around. Sean Porter ain't sitting around waiting on anybody. Sean Porter's making his own way. He's doing his thing.
Yeah, you got to do your own thing, you know, because you can't wait. You know, you can't just depend on one fighter because one fighter can't fight everybody. And I agree with everything you guys are saying. You know, I just want, you know, those other guys, you know, they got to fight each other, and there's nothing wrong with that. They can make classic fights amongst each other.
And
if they don't get to fight. You know, if they don't get to fight, then, you know, you just still have to, you know, do your own thing, you know. Because you can make classic fights without it fighting a hall of, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because people know you for your fights.
Now, I do agree with this, what Brother Allen R. He said, hold up, coach. Boxing has made Canelo rich. He owes us good fights. I totally agree with that. Canelo does owe us good fights. We do want to see him fight classic fight after classic fight after classic fight. Now, has he had a bunch of classic fights in his career? In my opinion, something that you can look at like a Hagler or Hearns or Hagler or Sugar Ray or Hearns or a lot of those type fights. a lot of Canelo fights has been kind of like one-sided. We automatically know who's going to win before he step in the ring. So I do understand what you're saying. He does, from a boxing standpoint, he does owe the fans tough fight after tough fight after tough fight. My only thing, Alan, is this, my brother. If Canelo chooses not to fight the guy that you want him to fight, what do you suggest the other fighters do? That's all I'm saying. We have a fight coming up Saturday. Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter. And guess what the news is today? Canelo Alvarez. The man ain't coming back to fight until May of next year, or whatever the case may be, right? And there's a black man, a brother, getting a chance to get the bag. He might get anywhere from $8 to $10 million. Well, he ain't gonna get that, because once Don King finishes with him, he might walk away with about $1 million if he lucky. If he lucky. Because he's a Don King fighter. Yeah. So, if he lucky. So all I'm saying is, what do you suggest that they do? Do we sit around? Oh man, Canelo ain't picking Benavidez. Canelo ducking Charlo. Canelo ducking Crawford. Canelo ducking Errol Spence. Canelo ducking Beterbiev. Canelo ducking Bivol. Canelo ducking the other cruiserweight he could have fought. That's the monster. Canelo ducking Tyson Fury. Listen, okay, if he's ducking everybody, why are you chasing him?
Right.
If the overall consensus, Lisa, is Canelo is ducking the tough competition, why not the tough competition say, you know what, man, F this, we're not going to be focused on this one guy, let us fight each other. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I said.
That's all I'm saying.
160, I said the other day, 160 is a very, very historically old division. And, hey, Charlo, Andrade, go unify. Then you got Triple G and Murata doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's an old division, so it carries a lot of history. And the two winners go for undisputed.
Yeah, I think
Triple G would do it based on he didn't get the undisputed the last time, because we always talk about it. But I think if he, you know what I'm saying? So why not?
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Other divisions as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Lisa. I just thank you so much, sis, for calling in. I'm gonna let some other callers come in, okay?
Oh, okay.
Shout out to the Queen, Lisa Bales. That's all I'm saying, guys. I'm not saying that I don't want Canelo to fight Benavidez. I want to see Canelo fight Benavidez. I'm not saying I don't want Canelo to fight Jamal Charlo, but we can't really take Jamal Charlo serious because of this.
I'm sorry?
160 is my weight division. I want to unify. I want to get Golovkin in the ring. I want to bring him to Houston. You know what I'm saying? I want to get Canelo out here to Houston. If they really to come down to 160, this is my weight division.
This is what your boy from Houston, Texas, said, Jamal Charlo. This is what he said. And this is what your boy Jamal Charlo said about his fight of David Benavidez, who's on the same side of the street with him with PBC.
I mean, if Benavidez can make 160, we can do it. If we can kind of catch weight in between 160 and 168. Benavidez is a 168 pounder that hasn't made the weight. He has no title. He has nothing to offer me. So that's why people keep mentioning Canelo and Golovkin, the higher stakes. I will fight Benavidez. All right, he's no problem to me. They talk alive, strong. I'm here, I'm that. But it's different when you get in there. You have to figure something out. Man, don't listen to it. Hey, fans, y'all keep it locked. We got bigger things in store.
So, Jamal Charlo said that, hey, man, first he said that he'll fight Canelo, he'll fight David Benavidez if they can come down to 160. 160 is my division. Okay, my brother, if 160 is your division, you need to be fighting the other champions. We know that 168 is Canelo's division. How do we know? Because he beat all the other undefeated champions. Caleb Plant could have did it, but he didn't do it. Caleb Plant could have fought Billy Joe Saunders. He didn't do it. Canelo did it. Am I tooting my horn for Canelo? No, I'm not, but I'm just calling it like it is. This one goddamn guy. Boxing is bigger than one guy, but apparently it's not. Apparently, Canelo is the heavyweight division. Canelo is the cruiserweight division. Canelo is the light heavyweight division. He's the super middleweight division. He's the middleweight division. He's the junior middleweight division. He's the lightweight division. He's the junior lightweight division. He's the featherweight division, super featherweight. Apparently, Canelo is all the division wrapped into one. And it's just making me sick, dog. It's just making me sick. You know what I mean? So this is your boy. This is your boy. This is your boy. 160 is my division. Guess what? How do we know that? That's what he said. That's what he said, dog. This is his voice. So that's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, dog. We have an opportunity. We have an opportunity to take boxing by the horns. We can't be held hostage by we waiting on Canelo sweepstakes. We waiting on Canelo sweepstakes. Guys, the reason why you see a lot of people, especially now, and I might put another video about Canelo, but tomorrow I'm moving on to Crawford. I'm moving on to Crawford in Porter. But I'm just saying, but this is the thing, guys, like, because everybody is like, he's that guy. This is facts, whether you like it or not. Everybody ain't talking about doggone, everybody ain't talking about Joe Smith Jr. Everybody ain't talking about Jose Benavidez. Everybody not talking about Mario's Barrios. Everybody not talking about give me another fighter. Give me another fighter. Give me any goddamn fighter. Let me see, can I find some fighter shit. Everybody not where's BoxRec at? Where's BoxRec at? Everybody not talking about Alexander Usyk. Alexander Usyk is the unified heavyweight champion of the world. Guess what? Ain't nobody even talking about him. Ain't nobody talking about Trevor Bryan. Ain't nobody talking about what this other guy they say they wish Canelo would have fought first in the heavyweight division. Igorov. Ain't nobody, he should have fought Breedis. Ain't nobody talking about Breedis. Only time they talk about Breedis when his name is connected to who? Connected to who? Canelo Alvarez. Ain't nobody, the only time they talk about Breedis is when his name is connected to Canelo Alvarez. That's it. One goddamn guy. He ain't fighting the guy who he wanted to fight. Okay, I agree with that. He's not fighting the guys that you want him to fight, but yet, what about the fighter, your favorite fighters? Well, who's he fighting? We have an opportunity, guys. Canelo has freed boxing, is my opinion. Cherry pick, ducking, whatever you want to say. Guess what? He got an opportunity. He got an opportunity, guys, to fight. Got an opportunity to fight these other guys got an opportunity to fight each other. I don't want to hear no shit about what your division is and y'all ain't fighting each other. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Man, from Texas, and I'm LT, boy.
LT,
hey,
what's going on?
Great show you're running here, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that, fam. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man, I wanted to say, man, he's doing it for his people, man. That's the only reason why. He wants to be one of the first Mexicans to have a 5 division, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Not also that, they also called out Triple G in Mexico to fight in Mexico for September. So he's doing it for his people.
Yeah, okay.
The people that bought the pay-per-views, the people that showed up to the stadium and yelled out puto when Caleb Plant was, you know, and the weigh-in. You know, the people that bought the tickets to show up in Las Vegas. For his people, man.
Yeah, and guess
for
what?
The people that walked all the way home in Mexico, out of 10 TVs turned on, 7 were watching his fight. He's doing it for his people. He's blowing off the rest of the world. Because it's his people that's been supporting him, and he understands that.
Right. And then guess what? I don't see nothing wrong. Me personally, I don't see nothing wrong with that. You heard what this caller said? Hey, LT, shout out to you, fam, man. I'm going to give you a round of applause. I got some other calls calling in.
All right, man. No problem, man.
Yes, sir. LT said that Canelo is doing it for his people. I want to see Terrence Crawford, Jamal Charlo, Boo Boo Andrade. I want to see you guys do it for your people. That's fair. You know, hey, man, that's fair. Is that fair? If Canelo is doing it for his people, then these other fighters need to be doing it for their people. And ain't nothing wrong with that. I ain't got no problem with it myself. I just want to see the fights. I want to see the fights. I don't believe in the sport of boxing being held hostage by one guy. Again, I'm from the old school, dog. I do not believe in one fighter holding the sport of boxing. I don't believe in the sport of boxing being held hostage by one guy. Because I love boxing more than I love a particular fighter. I love boxing more than I love Canelo Alvarez. I'm not from Mexico. I'm not Mexican. So I don't feel the way about Canelo the way a Mexican would feel. Let's get that straight. I am not a Caucasian. A white American. So I don't feel the way about Caleb Plant the way an American white person would feel, right? You see what I'm saying? So, but I feel about the sport of boxing. I love the sport of boxing. And what makes boxing thrive is we don't sit around and wait on no one goddamn motherfucker. We don't do that. I ain't finna be sitting around waiting on no one guy. Boxing is bigger than one guy, but the sport of boxing is making the one guy bigger than boxing. The content creators is making this one guy bigger than boxing. We got a fight coming up Saturday, Sean Porter and Terrence Crawford, and guess what the hell we talking about? Canelo, a dude who just fought 2 weeks ago, became undisputed, and he's somewhere in Mexico somewhere with his wife and his beautiful family sipping tequilas right now. He's sipping tequilas right now. Yeah. So, Breeders, what are you going to do, sir? Let's look at this. Let's look at this, guys. Let's look at this. We got 10 more minutes and we're gonna wrap it up. Let's look at this. Better Beef, what are you gonna do, sir? Better Beef is he's a two-time. He has 2 belts. He has the WBA and the WBA. No, he has the IBF and the WBA. So he's a unified champion. At least Better Beef is on Beterbiev is fighting. Demetrius Bivol, you only have 1 belt, sir. What are you gonna do? You got some more champions in your division that you can fight. So Canelo has moved on. He's up to cruiserweight now, right? What are these other guys going to do? Well, these other guys can't fight for a title because Canelo has all the belts. To be fair, Canelo has all the belts at super middleweight, so there's nothing we can do. Let's go up to cruiserweight. Cruiserweight, we have some other champions here. Well, Canelo is fighting this guy. He's fighting this guy. He's not fighting the other champions. Canelo is fighting this guy, so it is what it is, right? That's what he's doing. So, Breeders, what are you going to do? Are you going to sit back and wait on Canelo? Tyson Fury, what are you going to do, sir? Tyson Fury, are you going to sit back and wait on Canelo? Alexander Usyk, are you going to sit back and wait on Canelo? Dillian Whyte, are you waiting on Canelo? No, I doubt it. I doubt that. I'm just being facetious over there. Let's go down here to the middleweight division. Triple G is fighting Murata. Triple G is fighting Murata. So Triple G is fighting to become a unified middleweight champion again. Let me repeat that. Triple G is fighting to become the unified middleweight champion again. Now, Laura, what are you going to do, my brother? Jamal Charlo from Houston, Texas, what are you going to do? Canelo did not pick you to fight, sir. He did not pick you, sir. So since he did not pick you, are you going to sit back and just wait? Demetrius Andrade, you have a fight Friday. I think Demetrius Andrade has a fight Friday. So he's fighting whoever he can get in the ring. Because at this point, Jamal Charlo don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. Triple G don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. And Laura, I don't know what's going on with that. So he got to fight whoever he can fight. This guy, it is what it is. Light middleweight division. Jamel Charlo is he has 3 belts in the division. This guy won all the smoke. Jamel Charlo is different from Jamal Charlo. We know this. Different from Jamal Charlo. Jamel has 3 belts. So we know he want to fight. So he gets the memo. Big fish. Call out, Cal for Dallas, Texas. This guy right here has 2 belts in the welterweight division. He's cleaning up his side of the street. Glad that he's okay. He'll be back soon. He's cleaning up his side of the street. He has 2 belts. This is why I have him as #1 in the welterweight division. And I have my favorite fighter, Terrence Crawford, second behind him. 3 of the welterweight belts are with the PBC. If this guy, Terrence Crawford, wants to fight for any title in the welterweight division, he's going to have to, unfortunately, cross the street. But he don't have to have Al Heyman as his financial advisor, and he don't have to use any of Al Heyman's managers. He has his own team set up. He can work as a free agent after this fight. He's leaving. Terrence Crawford is leaving. He had a representative speak for him at the WBC Convention. Terrence Crawford had a representative speak for him at the WBC Convention to petition to fight Errol Spence for the WBC strap. Mauricio Suleiman told him, we only work through promoters. Terrence Crawford has his own promotional company, him and Bo Mack. But because he's still under top rank for this last fight, he told him we'll have to see what happens after the fight with Porter. So Crawford has to win this fight. He has everything to gain and everything to lose. If he can beat Sean Porter, guess what? He can be a free agent like Canelo Alvarez. And he said in the interview, he said that I would never let my career be put on hold again. So I don't see him signing with anyone else, maybe just work on a fight-by-fight basis. But in order for him to get a shot at this guy, he's going to have to come over here on the other side of the street. Errol Spence was right when he said that. It is what it is. This is the price of doing business in the sport of boxing. I'm not even going to sit here and wrestle with this guy who's spitting all this crazy stuff. Anyways, let's keep going, guys. We got Josh Taylor right here. He right here, this guy here, he's going to move up to welterweight. There's nothing here for him. He don't beat everybody. He's going to fight his mandatory. He's going to move up to welterweight. Right here we have Vasily Lomachenko. I don't know why he's the number one guy according to BoxRec. Vasily Lomachenko, when Teofimo beat him. Teofimo has 3 belts. He has the IBF, he has the WBA, and he has the WBO. Devin Haney has the WBC, and Teofimo Lopez is the WBC franchise champion. And Ring Magazine as well. He should be here, but that's neither here nor there, right? So these other guys, what are these other guys going to do? You're going to barbecue a mildew. You're going to barbecue a mildew. That's all I want to know. Are you going to barbecue a mildew? So all you other fighters out there, are you going to barbecue a mildew? What are you going to do? This is the opportunity for you guys. This is the opportunity for you guys. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me go here. This is the opportunity for you guys to fight each other. No more Canelo Alvarez sweepstakes. That's over. He's moved on. And the only way we're going to grow the sport of boxing, we're going to move on. Everybody else got to fight each other. Everybody else got to fight each other. Canelo's moved on. Tomorrow, I'm talking about Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter. Canelo has made his decision. Get off your knees. Stop begging. Stop crying. A black man from the Congo, the black man from the Republic of the Congo, what is Zaire? I'm going to just say Zaire, guys. I keep forgetting this guy's last name. Where's this guy from again, man? From the Democratic Republic of Congo. He got the bag. He got the bag. From the Democratic Republic of Congo. This brother right here, Makabu, he got the bag. He's getting the bag. Not yet, but he's getting the bag from Canelo. Canelo has blessed this dude. I ain't got time for no fanboys and no Crawford haters. I don't even know why this guy keep coming over here. I don't. But he's here, so be it. Nigga probably ain't gonna pay when he lose. I don't believe him, but I'll see. I ain't gonna say no names, and car ain't got no roof, but it is what it is. I have no filter. I don't. But this is the opportunity for the other fighters to seize the moment. Stop begging the guy from Mexico. Get off of your knees for the guy from Mexico. Right? He didn't pick you. You're not going to get the $8, the $9, the $10 million sweepstakes. That's over. We're going to set one more call. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? This is the last call, guys. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? All right, it's not saying anything. Calling once, twice? Okay. Caller didn't say anything. We'll take one more call before we go. We'll take one more call before we go. Get off your knees and stop begging, dog. We got an opportunity to grow this sport and take it back by the yoke instead of waiting on one goddamn guy. Boxing has always been bigger than one guy. When Floyd Mayweather was here, he was that guy. He was the cash cow. That is true. He ran it. WBC Mauricio Sulaiman loved Floyd Mayweather. They had a beautiful working relationship together. When Don King controlled the heavyweight division, he loved Jose Sulaiman and Mauricio Sulaiman. They had a busy working relationship together. Now Canelo is this megastar. Guess what? He loves him and Mauricio Sulaiman have a business working relationship together. Hold on. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hector Garcia from California.
Hector, what's going on, fam? Big Heck, what's going on, fam?
What's going on, Coach? No, I just want to talk about Canelo Ilunga.
Right.
Everybody's not giving credit to Ilunga, but I've seen some of his fights. The guy has like a 95% knockout ratio, and everybody's not giving him the credit he deserves. But And I don't know, because it's not going to be an easy fight for Canelo. That's for sure. Even though it's a cherry pick,
right?
It's not going to be a fight like he might have a chance, but I don't know. Well, I don't know. He might get knocked out. That's in my eyes, but anything can happen, you know, because Canelo's never fought in that weight division.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, yeah, that is a risk, and by him not fighting in the weight division, that is a risk, and there's a reason why they picked this guy again. And this is what I'm telling people, like, you know, there ain't nothing, no guarantee. We know why they picked him, but just because you picked him for a certain reason does not necessarily mean that, you know, it's going to turn out the way you think it's going to turn out. All I'm saying is, regardless of what Canelo's decision is, or whatever the case may be, we have an opportunity as boxing fans. We've been getting some great fights this year, so I don't want to diminish the great fights that we've getting, and Canelo has given us too thus far this year. We have an opportunity, man, to seize the moment, and the other champions can make history like Marvin Hagler did and stuff. Listen, if he ain't gonna pick, if Canelo hasn't picked you to fight him, he haven't picked you, dog. Let's get over it. Let's keep going, and let's move on. We got a fight to promote Saturday, and that's where I'm at.
Exactly.
Hector, man, I appreciate you, fam, for calling in, my brother. I really appreciate it, man. Let's give our brother Hector a round of applause.
Man, have a good one. Take care,
sir.
Coach.
Yes, sir. Oh, shout out to Boston George.
The stickiest of the icky. You want to smoke with the old boy Rick James?
Shout out to Boston George.
Hey, okay.
For dropping that damn dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, always hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit the like button. Also, guys, shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Amazon Music and on Spotify. I really appreciate you guys. Salute to my family in the chat. I want to give everybody in the chat a round of applause. I told you guys this show was not going to be what you thought it was going to be. Now, I did acknowledge the cherry pick. This is the cherry pick by Eddy Reynoso. Contrary to popular belief, they cherry picked this guy for a reason, because they feel like that this guy is going to give Canelo enough credibility. He's gaining weight. It's a dangerous fight because he's gaining weight. He's fighting a cruiserweight. This guy hits harder. He could probably take more punishment, and it's a good chance that he may can knock Canelo out. But when it comes to matchmaking, you want to match your fighter up with the best chances that you feel that he can win. So it's still a risk mitigation factor. There are other guys he could have chosen, but they didn't. So guess what? Ain't shit we can do about that. And it ain't no guarantee he's going to beat this guy, Makabu. Because guess what? Salvador Sanchez almost got his ass whipped by a guy named Azuma Nelson who had 13 fights from Ghana. Yes, great Salvador Sanchez almost got his ass whipped. So if Azuma Nelson was supposed to be in the cherry pick for Salvador Sanchez, apparently Azuma Nelson forgot to, if Azuma Nelson was supposed to be a cherry pick for Salvador Sanchez, somebody forgot to tell Azuma Nelson. It took him 15 rounds to get him out of there. So we got an opportunity, guys. Jamal Charlo, we got an opportunity. Andrade, we have an opportunity. Triple G, Jamel Charlo, we have an opportunity. David Benavidez, you ain't gonna get no fight with Canelo right now. So the only thing you gotta do is keep moving on. You and Jamal Charlo on the same side of the street, maybe we can get that fight. Tank Davis, we have an opportunity. Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford, we have an opportunity. Let's stop dick riding Canelo and let's fight and snatch it by the board horse. Because Canelo got a shitload of money and he ain't think about me, you, or nobody goddamn else. He's making strategic business decisions. Whether we like it or not is irrelevant. And that's all I got to say. Let's do this OJ Jew-Man style, and we're going to make it do what it do, baby. See you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. New Media Today, USA Boxing. You know my motto, don't meet me there, beat me there. But before we go, let's do this OJ Jew-Man style and give everybody a round of, let's give everybody in the chat a round of applause. And let's give everybody a shout out who called in. Shout out to Peter Von Arts.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Batman Boxing Talk from DC.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Troy Graham.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Buchanan from Alabama.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to my brother Blood Boxing, man. Y'all please subscribe.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to my main man Bold.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Adonis 3 from Texas.
Hey,
shout out to Marco from LA.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Warren from Houston.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Eric from Ohio.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bells from New Jersey.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to LT from Texas.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to my main man Hector Garcia from California.
Hey, okay.
And let's do this. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bells. Shout out to the Queen Nick Rich. Shout out to the Queen Arlette. Shout out to the Queen Karma Serene. And if it's anybody other the queens I forgot, please forgive me. Shout out to one of the queens who gave a super chat. Shout out to the Queen Bless 365 and any other sisters that I forgot. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I can't remember everything. The old boy, when you get 47, your memory ain't as good as it used to be. Just joking. Shout out to Will. Shout out to George H. Shout out to my main man. Shout out to Graham Taylor. Shout out to John McSmith. Shout out to Toilet Bowl Food Review. Shout out to LaRon. What's going on, LaRon? Shout out to Zone of Flame. Shout out to Thomas Jones. Shout out to King Cobra. Shout out to True Talk with Anthony. Shout out to Thomas Jones once again. Shout out to Eliza Feliciano. Shout out to Bless, the Queen 365. Shout out to Boston George. Shout out to Jay Miller in the building. Shout out to King Cobra. Shout out to El Bohemio. Shout out to Jonathan Wilderby. Shout out to Jonathan. I'm butchering your last name. Shout out to Tron C. Shout out to Mr. G. Shout out to John McSmith. Shout out to the Queen Nick Rich. Shout out to Asur MK. Shout out to Leo Lionel. Shout out to Bruce Goals, old school Bruce Goals. Shout out to Bruce. Shout out to Egg Shake Farm. Shout out to who else we have? Paul CX. Shout out to Robert Estrada. Shout out to, are you some kin to Eric Estrada? You know what I mean? A smooth as Eric Estrada off Chips. Shout out to my main man Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Shout out to Zetas Buchanan. Shout out to Sergio Enrique. Shout out to Major Kickboxing who was here earlier as well. Shout out to ABE. Shout out to Jay Miller. Shout out to Thomas Jones. Shout out to Marquita. Marquita, what's going on, Queen? Shout out to who else we have in the building? King Cobra. King Cobra, Caesar Castro, Bud Scott. Who else we have? Try to get everybody here, guys. Shout out to LT Boxing. Shout out to Mondo Solo. Shout out to Louis James in the building. Shout out to Tony Scarface. Okay, we reloaded. Shout out to Rob Rib Shows. Shout out to the whole state of Texas. Shout out to California, man. Shout out to Ohio. Shout out to Dirty Jersey, New Jersey. Shout out to California, man. Shout out to DC. Shout out to Wisconsin. Shout out to Alabama in the building. Shout out to the UK. Oh yeah, shout out to Dillian Whyte, man. I hope everything work out for you, baby boy. Hope everything work out for you. You're gonna have to play the game, Dillian, or sit out there in the UK, cry and complain. Nothing they can do to help you now, boy. Shout out to the Queen Lisa Bell. Shout out to Texas Made. Shout out to Bon Scott. Shout out to Leo. Shout out to Easy Dimes. Shout out to who else we have in the building. Shout out to Big J. Shout out to Jeff Lucietta. Shout out to Mr. G. Are you some kin to Mr. T? I pity the fool.
But this bum is taking the easy matches, fighting other bums.
Shout out to Clever Lane, man.
But this bum is taking the easy matches, fighting other bums.
Shout out to Easy Dive. Oh, let's see. Paul CX in the building. We got a whole lot of people here, man. King Cobra, man. Listen, man, if I don't get to you, bro, I do apologize. If I don't get to you, I do apologize. Shout out to Alan R, Zoe Santos, Paul CX. Let's see. Shout out to Paul Evans and Ava. Shout out to AB Sounds in the building. Shout out to Mr. Wright UK. Shout out to Javon Soto. Shout out to Raphael who was here. Shout out to Boxing King. Shout out to Punch Perfect Boxing. Shout out to Alan R. Shout out to Javier. Shout out to the Queen Kathy W. Shout out to Boxing King. Shout out to Joe G. Valdez. Shout out to Nelly Content ENT. Shout out to the DMV, man. Shout out to the DMV, Boston, Maryland, and Virginia. Oh yeah, DC. Can't forget about DC. Sorry about that, DC. I said Boston. Sorry about that. I meant not Boston. I meant to say Maryland. Maryland. Y'all, you know what to say. Maryland, DC, and Virginia. Sorry about that. I'm talking about Boston. I'm thinking about. I seen Boston, Georgia. Sorry about that, guys. Shout out to Zetas Buchanan. For dropping that half for bam dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Shout out to Michael Knight, the Night Rider. Shout out to, he says, show as always, coach. Fire show as always. I appreciate that, fam. I appreciate that. Listen, man, I don't care nothing about, you know me, guys. I care nothing about the race bait and the race hustling. Shout out, and guess what? I know you guys ain't gonna like this, but shout out to this, shout out to the LDBC. Am I a part of the LDBC? Hell to the no. Will I be joining? More than likely not. But Some of those guys are starting to do some good things. I heard some good things about some of these guys. I heard some good things about Trill. Heard some good things about the guys that I call Jabba the Hutt, 7A Sports TV. I hear these guys are some solid guys. Shout out to Blue, even though he do lie a lot. Shout out to Fanon and those guys. Even though I don't agree with a lot of some of the stuff that they say, but I don't hate these guys, and I don't have a hatred channel. I don't have a hatred channel. You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to give guys their props and their respect where it's due. If I disagree with you, I will address it. If I agree with you, I will make that known. Shout out to AV Sounds.
Hey, okay.
Shout out to Nelly Content. Shout out to Oscar. Shout out to who else we have in the building. Shout out to Cesar Castro. Shout out to James Hickey. Shout out to my brother Blood Retro Boxing and Documentaries. Y'all please subscribe to that brother. Shout out to Paulie, shout out to Paul, shout out to Raphael over there in the UK as well. And shout out to Rodney Rule. And just shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody. I care about the sport of boxing, guys. I don't care nothing about race hustling. I don't care nothing about hating anyone else. I care about the sport of boxing, bro. That's all I care about. If you down with boxing, this is the channel for you. If you want to push narrative and race hustle, this ain't the channel for you. Right? I'm pro boxing before I'm pro anything else. And if you don't know anything else, know that. Shout out to Javier. Other than that, shout out to I Am Dave. Shout out to Mr. G. Shout out to Steven. And shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to Terrence Crawford and Sean Porter. I hope we have a magnificent fight. You guys know I'm picking Terrence Crawford. That's my guy. I like him. Been following him since 2013. Been following Sean Porter since 2013. May the best man win. Boxing fans are winning Saturday. Regardless of what happens, boxing fans are winning Saturday. Canelo has moved on. I suggest everyone else move on as well. Whether you like him or not, he's the face of the sport of boxing. He's the cash cow. And these other guys, they're going to have to get their weight up. Okay? Let's keep going.
Hey, okay.
Other than that, that's it. That's our boy, Coach Malachi Williams, signing out. New media today, USA Boxing. See you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You know me, man. Don't meet me there, beat me there. Don't forget, New media today, USA Boxing.store. Click the link in the description below. Shout out to everybody who's listening to this on this simulcast on Facebook. Shout out to everyone who's listening to this on Twitter. Shout out to everyone who's listening to this podcast on Amazon Music and Spotify. I appreciate you guys. You guys are my New Media Today USA family. I love you guys. In the hell with the fanboys. Other than that, that's it. See you guys tomorrow, 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Peace.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.